Ladies and gentlemen, please remove your caps and rise for our presentation of colors by Cimarron Memorial High School. And now, please, for our national anthem, performed live by Reese Carter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reese Carter.
I did not know it was outside.
Yeah, neither did I. I would have worn shorts.
Yes, man. Like, really, I need my ass sweating the entire time. All right, so the first fight, we have, Chris.
Chris
yeah.
Galliini. Oh, Justin's going to say it first, so. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. Very well. And against,
Devontae Burnham.
there's no way he's black. Devontae.
Nah, not at all.
What was the last name? Burnham?
Burnham. Oh, his nickname is Dead Man? Dead Man? That's what that looks like. Dead Man? Dead Man.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'd want the nickname Dead Man.
No, I'm not into dead man. Burnham, all right, 125. Devontae.
Ooh, little fellas. Little guys.
All right, so let's see. Do you have your black belt?
No,
What's
purple.
Your purple?
Yeah.
Okay. What's like your background? Are you
Kickboxing.
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, welcome to Green Valley Ranch Resort Spa and Casino from beautiful Henderson, Nevada. This is Tough Enough on BN Sports USA. Prepare to witness history in the making as the journey to becoming the next future star of MMA starts now. Fight fans, are you ready for a war?
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
The cage is now open for business. Let's get to work.
see.
Making their way to the blue corner, Chris Galliini.
Galliini.
Galliani. Galliani. Look at that. Yes.
I can have my phone back now.
Yes.
Do I have to press anything to talk?
No. Oh, they want us to.
fucking with me, man. Weak man, ski man, spending next week's cash. He fast, and I don't even.
All right, I guess as soon as he announces the next fighter, I'll just do a 3, 2, 1, and we'll just start. We don't have like a start time. No one tells us when to start. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Your dials say something different to me. What does that mean?
Oh.
And now making their way to the red corner, Devontae Burnham.
That's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. They'll tell us if they. She did like a mic check earlier. So
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, dead man. Look at your shirt. He's walking out to Limp Bizkit.
There you go. There we go. You like that?
Ah, I didn't say I liked it. I'm just surprised.
Okay. So this is what we'll do. If after he announces like the 2 fighters, I'll start right then. You know what I mean? So they have somewhere to pick it
Oh,
up.
this kid's from Extreme Couture, apparently. That's my gym.
You been over Extreme, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it says independent on here. It says Extreme here.
I used to live in Extreme Couture back in the day, man.
I was at Syndicate. I'm at CSA in Bay Area and XC when I'm here.
In the Bay?
Yeah.
I'm from the Bay Area.
Oh, really?
Originally, yeah. These dudes are tiny.
Training after the workday. What do you know about your opponent, Nothing? Do you have any heroes or look up to anyone? The Undertaker.
Wow, this is great. This is great. You know what? This is live to tape, so this is what they have on the screen here. All right.
What? Sponsored by Harley Davidson? That doesn't seem right.
Okay. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough flyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 0 victories, 1 defeat, fighting independently out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Chris Galliini. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 0 victories, 2 defeats, fighting independently out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Devontae Burnham. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is the Joe Sullivan.
All right, Jess, we have our first fight of the night. It's between Chris Galliini and Devontae Burnham, the 125-pounders. These guys look like they're ready to go, don't they?
They do. They're both itching to get in there.
I like when they do the touch of the gloves. Are you a touch of the gloves person?
It depends on who I'm fighting, to be honest. Sometimes if they've been really rude to me in the lead-up, well, that was a really nice leg kick.
It was a very nice leg kick by Devontae. And how about this nickname, the Dead Man,
The Dead Man. I don't understand that. I'm very confused. He's 5'10" for a 125-pounder. That seems insane.
That's very, very tall. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's really lean, doesn't have a whole lot of muscle, but you're absolutely right. To be 5'10", 125 pounds, you wouldn't see that with women fighters.
No, not that tall. Goodness. Definitely not.
So
that was a really nice takedown from Chris just then. And then we see Devontae trying to wrap up the head. He's got a guillotine on.
Yeah, he's got one arm in there, so
Yeah.
this is a way that he's generally not going to finish somebody.
Especially not underneath like that, you know. I really think that Chris needs to be fighting the hands right now. Devontae's probably going to gas his arms out if he doesn't tap Chris in this position. And then who knows what happens after that.
And after that, as you said, Chris is in the top position. If he can get his head out of there, he's got a full mount, it looks like.
Oh,
he can get his head out of
absolutely.
there.
He keeps jumping in and out of mount right now.
And you can tell that Devontae is holding on for dear life.
He really is, you know. Both of these guys are coming in here with losing records, and I guess one of them is really wants to get that win, obviously, as you do.
You can see that. All right, so a nice little reversal for Devontae, getting off of his back and getting a nice prime position.
Beautiful. A lot of punches to the back of the head right now.
I was noticing that as well. Chris did a good job, pretty good job of covering up and trying to avoid as much punishment as he could. Looks like he's
What's hurt right now?
He tapped.
Damn, he tapped in the middle of the cage.
He tapped. It looked like he either hurt his ankle, hurt something, but he tapped in the middle of the cage. Is that something? Have you ever seen anything like that before?
No, not like that. It seemed like, I don't know what he hurt. It looked like it was his leg. There was a really mean leg kick at the start, but I actually am very confused.
Let's see. I'm trying to get a good look at him to see what he tells the doctor what is hurting him and why he ended up tapping on that fight. But you can tell by the look on his face that he's sad that he ended up having to tap.
Has he got a lip piercing in right now?
Say that one more time.
Has he got a lip piercing in right now?
I
Is that
noticed
just
that
something on his? Oh no, it's gone. It was just a bit of fluff on his face.
I thought it was as well. I literally thought it was as well. Well, anyway, the guys go ahead and tap gloves, and by a very mysterious submission, I guess you could say, or a tap out from Chris.
I think they count that as a TKO.
Even if he taps?
I think so. It's not a submission because there was no submission.
Well, here, taking a look at the replay, and I mean, Chris didn't seem like he had very good position until he got up and hit the back of the head.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they do rule that as a verbal submission or TKO. I'm really not sure. There was no submission. His opponent was standing on the other side of the cage when he tapped.
Yeah, so our first fight was a very inconspicuous ending. Chris Galliani taps out to Devontae Burnham when Burnham was across the other side of the cage.
Yeah.
So we have a win via tap out in the first round. Again, very odd to see that, but maybe we'll get a little bit of clearance here from Justin Bernard, who's inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 47 seconds into round number 1, referee Joe Sullivan calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO. Did a tap out, Devontae Burnham.
All right, so they hug it out, which is one of the things I love to see. Love to see. Is that something that you enjoy as well? Like when people have good sportsmanship after a fight, like regardless, you talk as much trash as you can beforehand. After you fight, to me, it seems like it's over. You're a fighter. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I always have different opinions based on who's fighting, but I think we're competitors. It's a sport. We're athletes. I don't think there needs to be animosity between two people that are competing. We're both here for the same reason, So unless they've said something super offensive in the lead up, then yeah, I'm always going to be your friend. Win or loss, I'm always, well, maybe not your friend, but I'm always going to be civil.
You shake your hand like,
Yeah.
okay, good job.
Yeah.
Especially if you won.
Yeah. I'll never say, oh, that was a really amazing fight when I win, but yeah, I don't think there's any need to be rude to your opponent at any stage.
I completely agree. Looks like we're going to a commercial, so I guess we'll be right back with fight number 2 from Tough Enough Future Stars MMA here at the Green Rally Van. I did. You're not supposed to hear that. Terrible. You're not supposed to be listening to what I'm saying. What are you doing over there? I caught that too. Oh, man.
Hey, this guy's nickname is Raw.
Raw, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Matt Hands of Steel Cordell.
Hands of Steel.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Matt Caudill.
Cowdell.
So this is odd. Okay, here we go. We have the walkout here for Matt Caudill.
I've seen this guy before.
You've seen him before?
Yeah, I cornered one of my fighters at one of, I think, 2 or 3 Tough Enough events ago, and he was actually in the same corner as us warming up in the back room. So I didn't see his fight, but I definitely remember those tattoos, and I remember seeing him hit pads.
Okay, I like that. First of all, I have to say I like the way you say tattoos. His
Tattoos? Tattoos?
Matt Caudill, who's got the tattoos, he's 0-2. He's an independent fighter. That's what it says here, but he's from Idaho Falls, Idaho. And we love to talk about the nickname, Hands of Steel.
Hands of Steel.
And you see, kind of looking at some of the background of him, but his fighting style is Muay Thai. So he wants to stand and throw elbows, knees, and fists.
I don't know that he can throw any elbows in this one, but Hands of Steel makes a little more sense now that we know that he's a striker.
This is correct. So I wonder about this. We're going to ask him for the next hour. I'll save this question for the next hour.
Okay.
And now making their way to the red corner, Jay Rodriguez.
All right, Jay Rodriguez. First thing I see, what do you see?
Wu-Tang?
Yes. Look at you. Wu-Tang is even big in Australia? That's what I'm talking
I've been
about.
in America for 2.5 years.
A whopping 2.5
I
years.
know.
Okay, so we got Protect Your Neck is the name of this song.
I get it.
I want to actually
get
rap
it.
the song more than talk, but Javier Rodriguez coming to the cage right now, and Javier is a 145-pounder. The nickname, Raw. What do you think?
Oh. I'm really interested to know where that nickname came from because I have about 6 different things running through my head right now.
See, you're almost as bad as I am. What I was going to ask you before we went to the announcement, what are you thinking of when you're walking to the cage or octagon before a fight?
Honestly, I'm just really excited. Like, my dream even before I got into the UFC was just to see my name in massive lights up above the cage, you know? So every time I see that now, I'm just so overwhelmed with excitement that there have been quite a few times where I've been holding back tears as I'm walking into the cage, and it's just because I'm so excited to be there, you know? Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Kind of realizing your dream as you're walking into the cage. Huh?
Yeah, and I never get nerves or anything. I work so hard that it's just pure joy for me. You know, all the nerves come in the fight camp, but when I actually get to fight night, it's just joy.
Okay, here we go. All right. I have to say that someone's going to have to do something really big to top walking into the cage to Wu-Tang Clan, Protect Your Neck, because this is literally one of my favorite songs. I feel like rapping more so than I feel like talking, but
I'm going to be upset if he gets choked now. He even has a Wu-Tang tattoo.
I was just getting ready to point that out. You and I must be like two peas in a pod. All right, let's go ahead and get into the ring with Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 0 victories, 2 defeats, fighting independently out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, Matt Hands of Steel Cowdill. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner with one victory, 1 defeat, fighting out of USAK Gym, El Paso, Texas, J. Raw Rodriguez.
J-Raw.
The referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Joe
I can't
Sullivan.
get over the Wu-Tang. You can't get over the Raw. Here we go. We've got a couple of 145-pounders here. We got Raw going up against the, Hands of Steel?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Damn, Raw's coming out swinging.
How about Carter? You can see the anger in his face because it looked like Javier gave him the fake tap and the swing at the same time. Did you notice that?
I did. Both of these two seem to have really good kickboxing.
They really
There's
do.
a lot of kicks going on right now.
Well, Javier just missed with that right hand. I don't know if you saw, but Matt,
Oh, that was a shin-to-shin kick.
you could hear that too.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on this. Every time that Javier throws a right hand, Cotto pulls straight back and his chin goes straight in the air.
This is a very high-paced fight right now. It's when you got 2 minutes to work, you kind of have to work at that speed. That was a push.
It was a push.
Yeah.
I wonder about that too, and I was just going to ask you about the fact that they fight for 2 minutes. It almost seems as you can keep a really good pace for 2 minutes, I would say, no?
Yeah, provided you don't let the nerves and the adrenaline dump get to you, you know. A few of my fighters actually fight for Tough Enough, and I always tell them, like, we got 2 minutes, you've got to get to work straight away, and which is what these two guys have been doing. Oh, there's a nice triangle coming up right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get that triangle. Looks like you can get that, left foot behind his knee.
Yeah.
He's not even grabbing for it. Oh, he's trying to get that arm across the front of his face here, and he's got it in now.
Oh, very nice.
A couple of hammer fists to bring that thing home.
You know, Matt really needs to find his posture right now. Don't let those punches get to him.
Yes, and that the triangle has gotten a little bit looser. So,
Yeah.
and he's doing a good job of getting his arm, but now it looks like he's going for what is that, Americana?
For Kimura.
Kimura, yeah. Well, Matt has absorbed a great deal of punishment on top.
Yeah, you know, I've actually seen a few fights now where the person in the triangle has been finished with strikes. They've all been female fights, but I always thought that was really cool, you know?
I think so as well. I don't remember the fighter's name, but there was one UFC fight that actually happened. The guy was on top, and he hit him with hammer fist. He knocked
him out.
Remember that fight?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I can't remember who that was.
I don't remember who it was either, but
I feel like that was quite recent, though, wasn't it?
It was in like the past year.
Yeah.
It was in the past year. Take a look at a replay here, but Matt was throwing that left hand pretty strong. There's your twist that you were talking about.
Yeah, so it looks like Jay actually slipped there as Matt was slightly pushing. For someone who has a karate background, Jay Raw is doing a really good job of swinging out those submissions.
He really was.
Oh, we have a stoppage.
Another inconspicuous stop. All right, so we have a stop here. Javier Rodriguez looks like he gets a TKO via another tap out or I guess quitting on the stool from Matt.
I guess they're talking about his ribs. Maybe I know he ate a lot of body kicks then, so might have actually done some damage. He doesn't look to be in a lot of pain, but I know that they're feeling around right now.
And I just saw when he touched, looked like he touched the rib and it felt pretty tender.
Yeah.
It looked pretty like he felt pretty tender to him. My compliments to the DJ. I don't know who was back here DJ. I needed to get this guy's name. We got a little beat nuts playing after fighter quit. Thank you. Officially, the fighter quit there, Jesse.
Yeah, I guess he's now 2-3.
So yeah, so Javier moves to 2-3.
No, Javier
2-1,
moves to
excuse me.
2-1.
2-1.
Matt Cottle is now 2-3.
There we go. Matt Cottle now 2-3 with the loss after quitting on his stool. Javier Rodriguez with the Wu-Tang tattoo on the chest earns the victory. And here comes our ring announcer, Justin Bernard. Soon he'll give us our official word. But that was actually a pretty action-packed fight for
really
just
was.
one round, wasn't it?
I'm really disappointed that it ended up the first.
I agree, because I think we're going to see some fireworks in that second
Yeah.
round. All right, let's go ahead and get inside to the cage with Justin Bernard, who has our official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, after round number 1, referee Joe Sullivan calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Jay Raw Rodriguez.
So, Jesse, there you have it. 2 fights in the book. 2 fights via TKO, via stoppage, with no action in the first round.
Yeah. I'm really confused. I really hope all the fights tonight don't go like this, because so far both of those were really, really action-packed, and I would like to see a full 3 rounds, not just 2 first round finishes all the time.
You got to be patient. They're trying to they're going to build up to the really big fights.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I'm going to put a lipstick on this pig. That's what you do, Jesse. That's what you do.
I like it. I really like that. Put lipstick on this pig.
Yeah. So what is that feeling like? I asked you what it's like
Fight
walking
fans,
into
don't
the
forget,
cage. But what's
Pack
that feeling
the
like
Mac
after you win a
is
fight?
back. It's happening June 29th. Put it in your
answer?
calendars.
yeah, it's
Our
awesome.
largest
Obviously,
event of the year.
It's like
Get
it's a
your
mix
tickets
of joy and
at
then kind of a calm down because
UNLVtickets.com
12 weeks of
now
hard
for
work has
Tough Enough.
ended.
Pack
So
the
it's
Mac.
like joy and then a little bit of sadness, because now you got to wait for the next event.
You know what I wonder? What is the first thing that you want to do when you get done with your fight?
Start training again.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't want to go
because,
eat a cheeseburger or a...
No, honestly, because now that I've moved up a weight division, I get to eat cheeseburgers all the time. But it's like, when you're fighting, I always describe fighting as an addiction. Competing is an addiction. So it's the same as I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do any of those things. So this is my one vice, is fighting. So once the fight's over, then all I'm doing is just itching for that next fix, itching for that next high. And I always say, like, my very first fight is that feeling is the feeling I'm chasing every camp, every fight, and it's just this constant search for something bigger.
That's pretty cool. That's really, really cool.
Lose everything. Don't let a car wreck
I like to hear that. That's
your
cool.
life.
All right. So, and the reason I kind of went on with a little bit of that, I'm thinking they can use some of that at the end of.
Yeah.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Giovanni Manzarez.
Oh, he's got Bobby Green in his corner. I see Bobby Green at these Tough Enough events a lot. He's always cornering amateur fighters.
That's what we're talking about. All right. So
Who's this
Giovanni
guy?
Manzarez.
Oh, yeah, he has Bobby Green.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be the DJ for you for each fight that comes out here. Nipsey Hussle.
Okay, so when he passed away recently,
Yes, he was murdered. Yeah.
I was so confused because I've never heard his name or seen
course.
his face before in my life. And my boyfriend was trying to play me some of his music. I'm like, I swear to goodness, I have never heard
Never
him
heard of
before.
Nipsey. You know what's odd about this? My barber looks like Nipsey Hussle. And I actually went to LA. I was in an LA club. They played one of his songs, and everyone went bananas. This is like a year or two, like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this song is good. Who is this guy? And then when I came back home from LA, I used
And now making their way to the red corner,
Yeah, that's cool. I
Brandon
didn't realize
Williams.
how many of my friends actually knew him, like knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of companies that I work with that are based in LA were all friends with him, and I was like, how have I never run into him before? How have I never heard of him? But it's not really my genre of music, and honestly, like I don't listen to music that much.
No music at all, really.
Well, I don't have a radio in my car, so I never get to listen to the radio or anything. So I pretty much only get to listen to music at the gym when it's other people's choice.
Hold on, no radio in your car?
No. For some reason, my last 2 cars have had no working radio. So I'm about to put a sound system in my one now because I'd like to keep it for a while. But yeah, no working radio.
This is where we're gonna have to get some sponsors to come over here and hook you up with a vehicle that's got a radio in it and a sound system.
I just bought a bomb old 4Runner. I'm about to trick it right out. It's getting wrapped soon. Doing the tinting, putting new wheels on it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see your face. You're excited about that as
I'm
well.
super excited.
I'm excited to get this in here to Justin Bernard and to hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 1 defeat. Fighting out of Icon MMA, Moreno Valley, California, Giovanni Manzarez.
I was thinking.
His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner,
That's
making his
exactly
Tough
what I
Enough
was.
debut tonight. Fighting independently out of Las Vegas, Nevada,
Okay.
Brandon
I'll let
King
us fight
B.
against, Quentin
Williams.
They were trying to run it again recently at Bellator.
The referee in charge of the action
But
inside the
Rampage didn't wanna
cage
do it,
is Mark
which makes
Chappie
sense.
Smith.
All right, so here we go. We have 2 fighters in the ring. Giovanni, I like that first name, and Brandon Williams, 145-pounders, getting it on.
Ooh. This one, Brandon looks very excited right now.
Yeah, I wonder which one's Brandon. Is it the guy
Brandon's
with the B
here
in
in
his,
the red.
No, with the B tattoo
With
on
the
his
B on the back of his neck.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a beautiful front kick. Both of these guys
Very
look like
nice.
that. Ooh. You like the way that Brandon slipped that punch and
He
kind of
did, and then shook his head at him.
I loved it.
Oh, beautiful body lock takedown from, who's this, Giovanni?
Giovanni.
Okay, so if I was fighting Giovanni, he has very intense blue-green eyes. I saw him as he was walking out to the cage right now. I think that's a little off-putting. I felt like he was staring into my soul. And he didn't even look at me.
And then with the name Giovanni, you almost have to be
Yeah.
a ladies' man with a name like that.
Damn, Giovanni just went from on top, took the back, and is now sunk in a really nice rear
That's a
naked
wrap.
choke.
That's a wrap. I think
Oh, no, we got some good defense from Brandon.
and he's turning
He
into
knows
him.
what he's
Ooh.
doing.
He's getting
Oh.
flattened out now. It's under his neck. Yeah, that's a wrap.
Very nice. Another first-round finish.
Another first-round finish. And now a little bit of animosity between the 2 fighters. Giovanni saying you got what you deserve somewhat. Pretty intense.
Maybe they were trash talking before this fight.
They may have been.
Because they came out with a lot of intensity today.
They sure did. And the first 2 fights, I looked to see whether or not the guys touched gloves and whatever. This fight, I didn't even
I don't
pay
think
attention.
they did. No, I don't think they did, though.
Okay, they did not.
Are they touching gloves now?
See them shake hands. See, I'm okay with that. You win. Hey, man, you did a good job. I hate that I lost, but I got to give credit where it's
Yeah.
due.
But that was a good fight. That was a legitimate win.
It really was. I mean, just like you said, the transition that he used was so smooth, getting from.
Beautiful.
Here's another look at the very end. I mean, you got the rear naked sunk in.
Yeah, but he had the body lock takedown. Was in his guard, I think, or maybe in half guard. Took the back and sunk in the choke.
And then at one point, I thought that Bernard was actually going to get out of that rear naked, but he did not. And here we go. Let's
Ladies
get
and
back up there to
gentlemen,
Justin
after
Bernard.
58 seconds in a round number 1, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, Giovanni Manzarez.
Giovanni Manzarez. Gets the win, the rear naked choke, the tap out. How about this? It's the first one from the blue corner that's actually won a fight.
Oh, nice.
Again, we've got a corner man with a nickname and a head tattoo and a couple of piercings, feeling happy that this guy Giovanni, the ladies' man, who looked right into Jesse Jeff's soul, picked up the dub.
I'm going to regret saying that.
I'm not going to let you forget it. All right, let's go ahead and get to a break.
His nickname is Spaz. Oh, he used to be one of my students.
Constantly looking for
All
ways
right.
to bring the game to you.
Like
That
that Kung
includes
Fu
our
Joey.
relaxing shampoo.
Tried to get in.
Oh, she was just saying stop talking during the break.
Maybe we should leave it like it is.
The Sport Clips MVP experience. Great haircut, relaxing shampoo, and legendary hot steam towel. Sport Clips, it's good to be a guy.
And now making his way to the blue corner, Joseph Smith.
All right, here we go. Joseph Smith coming to the cage. Coming to the cage. This is another Nipsey Hussle song. This is the actual song that I heard when I was in LA when they played him.
Oh, okay. I have not heard this song either.
You can kind of see some people out in the crowd like, that's probably family, but still. I actually really do love this. Okay, so we've topped Wu-Tang now with Nipsey Hussle with Joseph Smith coming to the cage. 170 pounders. So we got some guys with a little bit of weight on them finally, huh?
Yeah, some of the big boys. How tall is he? 6'1". So Joseph Smith actually used to train under me at Syndicate MMA last year.
Okay, so from you training him, what would you say his best attribute is? Is he a pretty good stand-up guy? Did he have good ground skills? Or
To be honest, he was really well-rounded. He has a background in striking, so that was something I always tried to, I guess, strengthen. You know, I always believe in strengthening your strengths. You know, so he was an amazing striker. Yeah, he compared to everyone that he was training with, he was always coming out on top. So I'm excited to see how he does right now.
all right.
And now making
Plus,
his
he's got
way
cool
to the
nickname,
red
Kung Fu
corner,
Joey.
Roger Ashley.
That makes sense. I'm pretty sure his background was Kung Fu. It was some sort of karate style.
All right. So Joseph Smith going against Roger Ashley. And I was loving the Nipsey Hussle, and you're clearly liking what we got going on here. She got Jesse Jess dancing next to the cage over here. You're feeling this a little bit, huh?
Yeah, this is what I like to train to, you know. I love training to happy music. I can't handle rap. I can't handle heavy metal. It affects me emotionally too much. So,
Okay.
this style, funk, jazz, like anything like that, 80s pop, super into it. Oh, he's got a mushroom tattoo. What's that from Nintendo? No,
Exactly,
Mario, yeah.
exactly. Mario Brothers got the mushroom tattoo on the chest. All right, so Roger.
Roger Ashley, nicknamed Spaz. I'm excited about that. That could be interesting.
It could be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and make a guess that it has something to do with the way that he fights. Nothing smooth about his delivery. That's going to be my guess.
I really hope so. All these fights have been exciting so far. I really hope that he comes out like that.
All right, so we have Roger actually going against Joseph Smith. Let's get inside the cage with Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making their Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting independently out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Joseph Smith. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 0 victories, 2 defeats, fighting out of 9th Isle Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Las Vegas, Nevada, Roger Spaztastic Ashley. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage
Roger
is Joe
Spaztastic.
Sullivan.
Spaztastic. All right.
I love it.
Kung Fu Joey, Spaztastic. Joseph Smith in the black shorts. Spaztastic in the black with the, looks like that's a green, red, and yellow. If you can tell me what state flag that is.
Do you think these two planned to have the same hairstyle tonight?
Man, you must be in my head. I literally was about to say that the fact that we got 2 ponytails almost going against each other in
Yeah,
this
they're
fight.
both rocking the double braid.
Roger has 2 braids. Okay, I didn't notice. I only noticed the one. But how about that takedown by Roger?
Yeah, he's really intense on getting it. He had a really nice single leg then and then pulled him off the cage, and Joseph didn't have an answer for it. But you see Joseph's working to get back up right now, or retain guard, actually.
And he's doing a good job of controlling or keeping Roger from achieving the mount, although he just
gave it
amount.
to him.
Yeah. Had that arm over there for a head and
Yeah.
arm. Wow.
Very nice reversal to guard. I really like how Joseph did not stop moving on the bottom then. You know, he didn't want to let Roger settle.
That was a beautiful reversal. And how about this? One thing I can say from just watching this first couple seconds of this fight is the demeanor of Joseph. You can see how calm he is.
Yes.
Very,
yes.
very calm.
You know, and that's one thing that he always had going for him in training as well. So we have an armbar in triangle. Are you allowed to slam it tough enough? Very nice. Oh, he's trying to escape the wrong way right now for that armbar.
He jumped right into a triangle choke. Got a triangle, had an armbar.
So he got
think
30
he's-
seconds to hold on.
I think his head's popping out of there.
Looks like it. He really needs to start pushing on that top knee, though, if he's trying to slide
He's
his
got
head
his
out.
arm again.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Wow.
Nice. And same thing again. He stayed calm all through those escapes. Started locking up a guillotine.
Wow. And he's got it. I don't think he's got his arm good enough under the chin.
I think we're going to see a second round finally. Time.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice.
That was the quickest 2 minutes I've ever seen. And that was beautiful groundwork by Joseph and Roger.
Yeah.
And look at Joseph right now. He's not even breathing hard.
No, but Roger's brain came out, so.
Some great technical commentary that we're giving right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here. And as you said, the takedown, which was nice, right?
Yeah, really nice. He had the single leg and then he almost used it to do a sacrifice throw and ended up on top.
And then that reversal, which was magnificent. But how about, this was my point. Look at his arm. It was bending almost the wrong way. And then
Oh yeah, I think he needs to double joint. My arm would have snapped long before that.
yes, because it was right in front of us. I know
Yeah.
I was looking right at his arm. I was like, goodness, that looked like it hurt. Oh, wow. All right.
Oh, maybe this is where the Spaz nickname came from. Because his hair looks insane.
There we go. Roger's going to go back and look at this video and was like, you know what? I should have did something else with the hair.
You know, but I feel like he had an undercut and he's trying to grow it out. I know how that feels like. It's kind of hard to contain it during a fight.
Is that what you're going to go with?
Yeah,
I think you have a little bit more hair.
I do now, but I used to have a mohawk.
No, I mean than Roger.
Oh,
Yeah, he might not have as much up top. He's got a lot
Yeah.
around the backside. He's still doing a good job, so don't be mad at me, Roger. I'm just describing what I see. But coming back in the second round,
Look at Roger staring right into his eyes right now.
he really is.
And a takedown from the other side of the cage. Nice reversal from Joseph and then back on bottom. You see he's fighting for that guillotine again.
He really is. And Roger was intent on getting back down to the ground, but these reversals that Joseph has have been very, very nice.
You know, I think Joseph has the striking advantage though, so I would like to see him use these positions to get back up. But he seems pretty content sitting on the bottom with him.
This is true because maybe he has an advantage on the ground as well, the way he keeps making these reversals and getting up.
Yeah, although Roger just seemed to bowl him over then. And now he's in full mount, but Joseph's still not letting him settle. He's still trying to buck.
And doing a good job of controlling the hands of Roger to keep from absorbing too much punishment on the bottom.
Which one grabbed the fence? I didn't even see that then.
If I'm Roger, I'm hoping it was him that grabbed the fence because
Yeah.
he got taken out of a very good position just
That
now.
was a really nice sprawl on that double leg that sent Roger face planting into the mat. Same thing again. I really wish Joseph would get back up right now. His striking is so good.
It almost seems like he's content to be on the ground, doesn't it?
Yeah, but,
He shouldn't be.
you know, in MMA, really, if you're on bottom, it doesn't matter how active you're being. It can still lose a fight for you.
Go for a heel hook
Oh,
here.
now we have a knee bar?
Oh, knee bar.
Yeah, now he's locked up a knee bar. But Joseph's already got his knee out.
So Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying we're about to see a third. I'm
Yeah.
very happy about that.
So as much as they came out and as much as Joseph wasn't breathing hard over there, you can tell the fighters kind of slowed down towards the end of that round.
Yeah, well, Joseph was on pure defense the whole time, you know, and it's not just the physical exertion, but it's the mental exertion of having to constantly be on the defense because you know that they're getting the better of you, you know. I actually don't know who won that round. I think Roger solidified a couple of takedowns, but Joseph had submission attempts as well, and yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Roger, but I'm not sure.
I would probably lean a little bit towards Roger for the second round. What about the first round? Here's a replay of what we saw there. Because Roger got a few takedowns, so I probably would go with him.
It depends on if they use the universal scoring here with takedowns where they score higher, you know. I think that first round was pretty even. We might be going in 2-0 right now. I think Joseph needs to get a finish.
Yeah, I would say so too. You obviously you never want to leave it in the judges' hands when possible. So,
Absolutely. I've been on the receiving end of some pretty poor decisions.
Gotcha.
You never want it to go to the judges.
Look at that intensity in Roger's eyes. And as you said, Joseph can tell he's got the striking advantage. So
he really does, and that's why Roger keeps trying to fight for that takedown, you know, and he's not setting up the takedowns, he's just pushing for him. Definitely has a tenacity. Look, there we go again.
There's the sprawl. He's not giving that single leg because all Roger has needed is one single leg to get him down. But this time he pulls guard, so to speak. But he's in.
Yeah, although Roger's about to take his back. If he can keep that top hook. Oh, nice reversal again. He's got that bottom arm pinned, which is going to make it very hard for Joseph to flatten out.
You know what? It looks as if Roger may have had like some sort of a wrestling background.
I think so. He looks very jiu-jitsu based, though. Honestly,
well?
like even he was shooting those double legs, which everyone in basic MMA learns. But that takedown at the start in the first round with the single leg to the sacrifice throw was beautiful.
And you know what? You're absolutely right because the different submissions that he's been going for aren't wrestler submissions from knee bars to
topside triangles. He tried to set up 2 triangles from mount. This last one he managed to lock up.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And Joseph still has that left arm out, so he's not going to get the finish from this position unless he can get Joseph's arm across.
And the transitions that he's had have been very, very smooth.
Yeah,
very
slick.
smooth. So right now, yeah, without the arm being over uh-oh, looks like he's going out, no?
No, but there is a reverse triangle that you can do from here where you switch the lock to over the other shoulder if their arm's on the outside. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it there, but he switched to the omoplata.
Yeah, I got the omoplata there. Wow, this is just smooth. Like from submission to submission to submission.
Oh, he has beautiful transitions. I'd be interested to see how long he's been grappling for. And then Joseph trying to get the guillotine again.
You can definitely tell the different levels of jiu-jitsu between the two fighters as Joseph kept going for a guillotine for the most part.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Roger does a lot of gi jiu-jitsu, you know, because he's so technical. And then I believe Joseph probably does MMA jiu-jitsu, which is different, you know. But with his transitions between the submissions, that looked very, very gi, you know.
I got you. That was pretty to watch. Anyone who, likes to and can appreciate good jiu-jitsu on the ground could appreciate what Roger was doing in there. I mean, he had some really smooth jiu-jitsu.
He's very excited right now.
Hence his nickname, what?
Spaz.
There we go. There's a look at what Roger was doing inside of the cage. In that third round, he basically controlled the entire. All right, it looks... So if you had to guess, whom would you give that decision to?
I'm leaning towards Roger. Just with the grappling and the takedowns, you know, I don't see how Joseph could have won that.
I am as well. So, Jess, we got our very first second round, our very first third round, and our very first decision of the night. And for that decision, we're going to head into the cage with Justin Bernard, who's got the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a 3-round war, we go to the judges' scorecards for your winner. By unanimous decision, Roger Spaztastic Etchley.
We absolutely know how he got that nickname. Roger goes from 0-2 to 1-2 with the victory. Some great groundwork. We're going to have to get Roger to cut that hair.
No, you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
You see Drop Dead Fred?
I have not.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's terrible, huh? It's a movie?
Yes.
All right.
Tough Enough
He's
fans,
doing
don't
the
forget,
Gene
Pack the
Simmons
Mac is back,
kiss
happening
pose.
June
Oh, very nice. That makes
29th.
sense, I guess,
Put
with
it
the
in
hair
your
as well.
calendars,
All
our
right, let's go ahead and head to a
largest
break.
event of the year. Get your free tickets at unlvtickets.com now.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm James with Focus Plumbing. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Is my van parked okay?
Sure.
It's my understanding that you have a plumbing issue this morning. Can I put on my floor savers and come inside?
Of course.
Our straightforward pricing guide breaks down your problem and shows you several options to best serve your needs.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Caesar Murcia.
All right. Fight numero 5, Caesar Murcia, 170-pounder. So we're moving up in weight from the 145 and then another 170. Now we have another 170 fighter, Caesar Murcia, from Dave Howard's MMA here in Las Vegas, making his Tough Enough debut.
Yeah, I believe both of these fighters in bout number 5 are making their Tough Enough debuts. Or debuts in general for their amateur career.
Yeah. You know what? I figured we'd get to this at some point. Did you guys have any sort of amateur MMA in Australia before you moved to the States?
No, my first MMA fight was pro. I've never not been paid for a fight, which I'm very grateful for. But I did fight amateur kickboxing before I started MMA.
Okay. Did you do that back home or here?
Yeah, back in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I moved out here 2.5 years ago, but I was already, I think I was like 6-3 at the time.
Okay. Okay. So I wonder about this. So when you moved here, did you move here already with the intention, okay, the UFC is
And
really
now
looking
making
at
their
me,
way
or
to the
I'm
red
gonna go
corner,
into the,
Ernesto Rodriguez.
did you already have like a fight or something lined up or a company lined up?
No, so I just wasn't, there was no one left for me to fight in Australia, you know, and I was signed to Invicta at the time, and being in Australia, it was really expensive to fly me out for fights.
Okay.
So I was having a hard time getting fights in general. My manager, my manager now, who wasn't my manager at the time, Daniel Rubenstein, he lived in Vegas, well, he still does. He just paid for my flight. He was like, come out here, let's see how you go. I still had like 2 years left on my international visa. So I was like, why not? Came out, one more fight for Invicta. I think had 2 other fights outside of UFC, and then got a last minute 10-day call-up. Actually got into the Tough House at 125, and then I withdrew the week we were supposed to go in, and then got my debut call-up like 2 weeks later.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a success story. Hopefully a success story that these guys, Caesar Murcia and Ernesto Rodriguez, will talk about after their Tough Enough debuts. I guess we shall see. All right, let's go ahead and get inside the cage with Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting out of Dave Howard's MMA corner, Las Vegas, Nevada, Caesar Murcia. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, also making his Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting out of Extreme Couture, Las Vegas, Nevada, Ernesto Rodriguez. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Mark Smith.
How about this? The first thing that you notice when you look at Ernesto in contrast to Caesar.
I think Ernesto lifts a lot more weights. You know what, this is crazy about how busy and big Extreme Couture is that's where I train here in Vegas, and I have never seen Ernesto before in my life.
Wow.
That was a beautiful, classic Extreme Couture style takedown there.
Getting his Randy Couture on there, huh? And you're absolutely right. He's strong. Obviously, he's got a lot of energy, and he's going for this finish quickly. Is Ernesto.
Yeah, you know, those 2-minute rounds, though, like, you can't really waste any time.
Man, your stablemate, whom you've never seen before, you'll recognize him now when you see him over there, won't you?
Oh, maybe.
As you can hear, Ernesto, or not Ernesto, that's got to be Caesar who's getting
Yeah.
the instruction from his corner.
Oh, and Esso just grabbed that wrist ride from behind, though, which is a very classic Dennis Davis at Extreme Couture move. You know, the first time I started grappling down there, everyone was wrapping my arm up behind my back to the point where I couldn't move. And I remember leaving that first grappling session going, oh, my God, like, I need to be able to do this to people.
So you can get that hand pinned and punch him in the face as much as you want?
Yeah, that's a plan. You see an Esso sitting in tight half guard. He's not letting Caesar get up at all.
He's very heavy on top, isn't he? And as Caesar is getting instruction from the left, I believe Caesar is getting more instruction from the outside. That's got to be a family friend, but somebody's giving him some kind of instruction because Ernesto is going to town.
This is really nice MMA wrestling right now. You know, the last fight we saw really good MMA jiu-jitsu, and now we're seeing really, really beautiful MMA wrestling.
That's very observant because you're completely right. It's very good MMA wrestling because Ernesto has been extremely heavy on top, no pun intended if you're looking at the Extreme Couture shorts right there.
He just locked up that wrist ride from behind again. I'm going to say that round went to Ernesto.
Look at you. You got to take a stab at that one, huh? Way to go out on a limb there, Jesse.
Just going to be Captain Obvious right now.
Captain Obvious. Jesse's giving the first round to Ernesto.
He has Ryan Couture, who I believe he's fought on Tough Enough.
Yes. I actually commentated his very first fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but here we go. Ernesto, what about that?
Yeah, beautiful. He knew what he wanted straight away. I don't even think 3 seconds had gone by before he started looking at it.
Yeah, you can tell. He said, I'm going for the takedown. And there you are. Got that wrist behind with the left hand to the face. All right, got a little Soldier Boy. We got everybody dancing over here. We got Jesse dancing. We got Mandy over here dancing to the left. All right, round number 2. So if you are Caesar, what are you looking for? What are you trying to do right now?
Not let an Esso take me down. That's for damn sure.
Avoid the takedown. She's
Avoid
keeping
the
it simple.
takedown. But I think with how intense an Esso came out, if he tries to find that again, it's not gonna. Then there we go. Power double.
That was a power double. And you know what? I hate to say this, but if Ernesto wanted to punch Caesar, he could have done that. Because, I mean, his face was basically right there with hands down, knowing that he was trying to avoid the takedown.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one of the things, you know, my coach, even though I'm a striker, my coaches like to tell me to at least feint a takedown or go for a takedown in the first round, because then your opponent's always going to be worried about it, you know?
That's true. And then at some point you can fake the shot and come up with an overhand right.
Exactly, exactly.
So Dan Henderson overhand right, they kind of put people to sleep.
Yeah. That's funny. I did an appearance with Dan not that long ago. We went to the Fitness Expo in Ohio, or the Arnold's actually in Ohio. He's one of the sweetest men I've ever met in my life.
Nice
he
guy.
is so funny and so sweet. I'd never met him before. And it's so bizarre to me meeting fighters who I know have got multiple knockouts and are nasty in the cage, and then realizing they're nicer than the majority of people.
You know what? I've thought this from all of my time covering the UFC and MMA fights for such a long time. As Ernesto is just hammering Caesar right now. Got that top mount. Looks like the referee's getting ready to stop this thing, and there we go. We got a
Second round,
stoppage.
TKO. Beautiful work.
I'm not going to lie. Go ahead. I'm not going to lie. Ernesto is making me sad that I don't go to the gym as much as I should. I'm just go ahead and throw that out there right now.
No offense. I think he's a little bit younger than you. I think he might have an advantage right now. But, you know, it's never too late. It's never too late. I saw a video of, like, a 70-year-old woman deadlifting the other day.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm being compared to a 70-year-old woman. Can we get another color commentator over here with me? Go ahead and take a look at the finish right here for Ernesto.
half guard, beautiful strike. Yeah. Try for that wrist ride again. That wrist ride, he just needs it to know.
And really, I mean, he just overwhelmed me, didn't he? I mean, he really just overwhelmed.
That was a beautiful debut. Very, very impressive debut. it's a shame that Cesar didn't get to do it. Didn't really have the opponent to do more with.
No, and really, when you just said that was a beautiful debut by Ernesto, it just really made me remember that it was his debut, because watching him fight, he did not look like a guy who had not been in the cage before for a fight, did he?
Not at all. He came out calm and ready, you know.
Getting a big hug from a couple of guys in this corner, one of them being the man with the last name on his shorts, Ryan Couture. He's a former Cuban national champion wrestler. Ah.
I understand now. That makes sense.
That makes a whole lot of sense. We're getting information from folks on the outside who thank you very much for that, because it makes a whole lot of sense, because he definitely competed before.
Yeah, and it also makes sense why he has Enzo Perez in his corner, who I'm pretty sure he's fought for Tough Enough before as well, and he's Cuban. I never see, like, Enzo's in and out of Extreme Couture, so I was really confused why he was cornering with Ryan, but that makes sense.
There we go, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get our official word from our guy inside of the cage, giving hugs and handshakes, kissing babies, Justin Bernard.
You got to figure guns.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 20 seconds in round number 2, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Ernesto Rodriguez.
How about Ernesto Rodriguez, the Cubana, getting the TKO in the second round? Ryan Couture in there in the cage. I haven't seen Ryan Couture probably 10 years from actually calling his very first tough fight. Fun fact, which doesn't matter at all, he and I went to the same university.
Congratulations. I'm in a high five.
He graduated from my college up at Western Washington University. Here we are, Ernesto getting the stoppage. You gotta like seeing that from your stablemate.
Yeah.
We'd like to send a
I'm always,
special
even
thank
if
you
I
to
know
our
I'm down for
officials
Extreme
and
Couture
friends who make
There you go.
tonight
We'll beat to a
clean
break and
and
we'll be
safe.
right
Big
back.
shout out to the ISKA, Carlos and the crew, making sure the event goes smooth.
Vegas Discount Nutrition Superstores, your premier supplement store. Voted best of Las Vegas. All the top national brands at the lowest prices. Vitamins, protein, pre and post workout, meal replacement bars and drinks, fat burners. Our certified nutritional coaches will help you achieve your health and nutritional goals. With 7 locations, see why Vegas Discount Nutrition Superstores is the highest rated 5-star nutrition chain in the USA. Visit VegasDiscountNutrition.com.
It's not the size of the wreck that matters, it's the size of the check. In a wreck and eat a check, we'll Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Jonathan Rodriguez.
All right, Jonathan Rodriguez coming to the cage. Of course, Jonathan is a 155-pounder. And you know what? He doesn't train at Extreme Couture, doesn't train at Syndicate. He trains at one of the best boxing gyms in Las Vegas with maybe one of the best boxers ever.
Yeah. Who would that be?
I don't know. Some guy, I never heard of him. It says here, Mayweather.
Mr. Money.
Floyd Mayweather. All right, so Jonathan Rodriguez, an MMA fighter who trains at Floyd Mayweather's gym. So I'm guessing he's going to be a decent striker.
I would say so. I didn't know they had.
And now making their way to the red corner,
I'm intrigued as well. And I've been there a number of times. Actually, was there when they cut the tape on that gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I haven't seen many MMA fighters there.
No, and this young man that he's fighting right now is actually, I'm also with 10th Planet here in Las Vegas, and he has Anthony Burchak, ex-UFC fighter, and Coach Casey, who is my jiu-jitsu coach here. So he's from 10th Planet in Tucson, which is Anthony Burchak's gym. It's the one that he owns, so it's a classic striker versus grappler match, I would say.
Okay, there we go.
It's saying that Anthony Burchak also has astounding striking, so I'm going to hazard a guess and say Andrew's probably going to come in with a pretty decent striking as well.
All right, so Andrew Slater, decent striking, but he's a 10th Planet fighter. Is that a school from Eddie Bravo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie Bravo, 10th Planet.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
Yeah. So classic no-gi jiu-jitsu. You know?
Yeah, there we go. So with all that being said, I'm kind of excited. I think we're going to get a good one here, Jess.
I hope so.
So let's see, we have one fighter making his debut, which is Jonathan Rodriguez, and then we have Slater, who is 0-1. Let's go ahead and get inside the cage with our guy, Justin
Ladies
Bernard.
and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting out of Mayweather, Las Vegas, Nevada, Jonathan the Prodigy Rodriguez. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding a record of 0 victories, 1 defeat, fighting out of 10th Planet, Tucson, Arizona, Andrew Slater. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Mark Smith.
Similar to our last fight, when you look at Jonathan to our left and Andrew to our right, what's the first thing you notice?
Andrew looks slightly more athletic, but we've also seen unathletic looking, I'm using quotation marks,
Yes.
fighters like Roy Nelson, Frank Mir, be very, very successful. So I'm a big fan of the power belly. It's one of the things that I like to rock. It came from Frank Mir.
power belly.
So never underestimate the power of a big belly.
There we go. Man, I need to put that into my repertoire. Thank you very much,
Power
Jesse
belly?
Jess.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Never underestimate the power of a big belly. Okay. And never underestimate the takedown ability of Mr. Andrew Slater.
Yeah, he's got very, very good jiu-jitsu right now. He just went from the takedown to half guard to is now in full mount. And you can see he's about to start attacking the arms. He's sliding up towards the shoulders. Starting to pin the left arm of Jonathan. And he's using that high mount to get some good ground and pound.
So when do you think he's going to grab one of those arms and pull off to the side and go for an arm bar?
You know what? I honestly, by how he's starting to push the elbows across the front of his face, I think he's going to go for a gift wrap and probably try to take the back, which is a very classic 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu move. You see him pushing the left hand over. Oh, now he's locking up a double arm bar.
Smooth transition to a triangle.
No, he's
Still
got
keeping
both
the arm
arms
bar.
in. Yeah, it's a double arm bar.
I've never seen that in my life.
And then to a traditional arm bar. Beautiful jiu-jitsu. See, Jonathan's doing a really good job of staying active, though. He's using his feet to kick him off his arms and pull both of his arms out.
And actually, Jonathan's doing a very good job of defense with a guy whom you can already say has very good jiu-jitsu, but he hasn't been submitted yet. He got out of that double armbar
He
pretty
really
well.
did, and that was tight. That was tight. Now he's going for a topside armbar again. Oh, that one. No, and he slid his elbow out again.
Wow. I'm sure the people at home probably heard some of the commentating coming from behind us with that armbar got sunk in there. And I was thinking exactly what that person just said. Wow. Jonathan
nice.
although he lost that round miserably, he did a wonderful job. No, but he did a wonderful job of not being submitted because those arm bars were in really, really tight, it looked like.
Yeah, they were. And he, you know, he showed in that first round that he's going to be very, very hard to finish.
All right, so here we are.
Straight for the double leg. Yep, slid into guard, went to half guard, went to high mount. And this is when he starts working on.
Have you ever seen a double arm bar?
Yes.
Really?
I've got a couple finishes in jiu-jitsu competition.
Excuse me, Jesse Jess. Excuse me.
No, because I like it because they're very hard to defend, you know? Like usually you use one of your arms to start pushing the legs away or start posturing, but with the double arm bar, you don't have any arms to use. Makes sense, right?
Who says you don't have any arms to use? I got a spare arm back here that I can use to defend this arm bar. All right, here we go. Round number 2 between Jonathan Rodriguez with the black and the red, and Andrew Slater with the, I guess, black, yellow, and green. Nice right hand by Slater off the top.
You see a lot of right leg kicks from Jonathan, who comes from a boxing gym. So, oh, beautiful head kicks from Andrew. That was 2 in a row.
Yeah, that body kick and that head kick was good. But Jonathan says, that didn't hurt that much. I'll take another.
You see Andrew's quite happy to strike. Now he hasn't even tried for a takedown yet. I know we're only 30 seconds into the round, but he seems very confident with his striking as well.
You can see that. I mean, that's really just showing all over his face that he feels very confident in his striking.
Well, and that's the other thing that I always say, it's important for strikers to have good grappling, because the only way that you can truly commit to your striking is to be comfortable if you're going to be taken down as well, you know, which is why we see guys like Jose Aldo get so many amazing striking victories, because he's also an elite level wrestler and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So he knows that if someone manages to take him down off it, he's still going to be comfortable.
He's going to be okay. That's old school Anderson Silva, a black belt who's okay on the ground.
Exactly, exactly. And we've seen Anderson get taken down multiple times and get a lot of finishes from someone else taking him down. So
this is true. This is true. Now Slater's in a very optimum position here. He's got a huge mount.
he has Jonathan's head pushed up against the cage.
This is going to get stopped
Awful
here in a
position
second.
to be in.
Yeah. So what do? Do you try to kick your legs up on the fence and push off?
Yeah, you know what? Jonathan's doing a good job of trying to get his legs towards the cage, because the best thing for him right now, maybe not against a jiu-jitsu player, but the best thing for him would be try to get the reversal into guard and then use that to start to escape. You see Andrew's trying to fight to pin one of the arms as well.
Jonathan's doing a great job of not absorbing a whole lot of punishment via strikes.
Oh, and now we have Americano to a straight arm lock. He's going to start, there goes the gift wrap, which is what he was working for in that first round, you know, wrapping up the arm across the throat.
Wow.
Making it very hard to defend. But he let it go. Obviously, we're at the end of the round. Didn't make sense to hold it. He did a good job. So Coach Casey has cornered me for a couple of fights, and he always says to us, to me and all his other athletes, once we hear that 30 seconds left of the round, like, that's where we got to start doing ground and pound. You know, get your takedown, go for ground and pound, finish your round on top. And that's what we saw Andrew Slater do just then.
Because you're generally not going to get a whole lot of submissions that close to the end of the fight, so you might as well get your punches
Exactly, exactly. Do some damage, get some points, and try to finish it in a prime position.
All right, so here we are taking a look at the replay of Slater doing his job, walking him down.
That was a beautiful right kick. He landed the flush. How tough is the chin of Jonathan Rodriguez to eat a shin square across the face?
You know what, Jess, I'm a little bit tired of you saying exactly what I'm getting ready to say.
You know what?
You're in my head.
We just have this connection. I think we should probably commentate more.
I really think that we should, because you're literally saying what I'm getting ready to say. Because Jonathan, I'm serious, he's absorbed a lot of punishment, but he's taking everything. He hasn't even been rocked yet.
No, no, not at all. He's still in here ready to go.
Yes.
See, power belly. I told you, power belly.
All right, round 3. Jonathan Rodriguez and Andrew Slater, who is very confident, walking in.
You know what, Jonathan's down 2 rounds right now. I would like to see him push forward and use those hands a bit more.
Ooh.
That was a kick square in the cup.
Yes, that went straight to the groin. Unfortunately, I had a very good view of that. Felt that down here.
Foot connection.
Yes, goodness. That was delivered with some precision. Obviously, Jonathan wasn't trying to kick him.
Yeah, you know, but maybe if you're tired, you should do that sometimes. We're only going to give you one warning. I would only do it once.
You're only gonna. Wow. Okay, so that could be a technique applied. Jonathan's a stand-up guy, though. I mean, look at that face. He looks like a very honest guy. He doesn't look like a guy that would hit somebody or kick somebody in the groin on
No,
purpose.
that was 100% a joke.
Yeah.
I do not tell any of my fighters to do that.
No, but if they're listening right now, just throw that back in the brain somewhere.
You're always going to get one.
Yeah. All right, so $149 left in the 3rd round. Jonathan Rodriguez probably down 2 rounds in this fight. Andrew Slater maybe slowed down with a kick to the Netherlands.
I hope not, because this fight's fantastic right now.
It has been a very good fight. And you like that. Andrew knows that that was an unintentional kick.
Andrew looks like he has a very fresh cauliflower on his left ear. Wait till he turns around. It's still quite purple and swollen.
Yeah, those are,
oh, shin to shin kicks. He's doing a good job of checking the kicks of Jonathan.
Yes. He is checking the heck out of those kicks.
And did you see him just throw a like an axe kick then as well?
That was pretty. That was pretty. Little Karate Kid in him.
Yep, minute 30, going back to the takedown. And obviously his initial game plan. Still has his head pressed up against the cage. It's going to be very hard for Jonathan to escape this position.
So right now, I mean, you don't necessarily, well, it's his debut. So a moral victory in your debut is not something to sneeze at. You know, that's something you can kind of take home. So to get out of this fight with a guy who clearly, he only has 1 fight, but clearly Slater is a seasoned jiu-jitsu and stand-up fighter. I mean, because you can tell how confident he is in his striking and his groundwork.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he's competed in jiu-jitsu a fair bit, just with how confident he was coming in here and how comfortable he is. He hasn't rushed any of his grappling at all. He's just stayed slow and stayed in control the whole time.
And didn't rush any of his striking as well. Every time that Jonathan would kick, you can tell he was countering with a right hand. Got 35 seconds left.
You know, he has such elite-level coaches. If he's under Anthony Burchak out in Tucson all the time, I'm not surprised with how this fight's going.
Looks like the referee may be trying to get in there and stop it.
21 seconds, and there's the stoppage. Third round TKO victory for Andrew Slater.
Slater gives himself a third-round TKO over Jonathan Rodriguez, who was a overmatched but a very, very game fighter, a very tough fighter. No doubt that you're going to see that kid back in there, and very impressive. Slater inside the cage there. What do you call that kick? Is that like a wheel?
I have no idea.
A roundhouse wheel? A competition?
A tornado? Is that the tornado kick? I have no idea. I do not have a karate background.
You don't have that in there. All right, here we go with the replay of how Slater ended the fight.
Oh.
Stop! Time!
They just want to show us that over and over again. One thing I can say is that Slater timed every one of
Stop! He really did. You know, I think they could have spent that whole round striking and had a really, really good fight as well.
But as it turns out, it was a really good fight for Andrew Slater and a tough fight for Jonathan Rodriguez, who loses via TKO in the third round. Let's go ahead and get our official result from our guy, Justin Bernard, who is inside of the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Justin's a
after
star,
1 minute,
everyone.
43 seconds into round number 3, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Andrew Slater.
So Andrew Slater, third round TKO, improves his record to 1-1.
Honestly, I would like to see who he fought and lost to with how good his performance was tonight. Whoever he fought and lost to must be another level, you know? Unless like MMA, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but no, you're absolutely right. I mean, the type of I guess confidence and calm that he had and skill inside of the ring for his second fight in MMA. Yeah, that was pretty top notch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to our friends at Las Vegas Harley Davidson. Stop by their booth and enter to win a $200 gift card. They are the ones providing the free T-shirt giveaway. Get up out of your seat, put your hands to the sky, and scream.
With how far back the crowd is, I don't know why they don't have the potato gun.
Potato gun?
Yeah, I don't know what you call them here.
T-shirt gun. Oh, here we go.
Oh, a T-shirt gun. That makes way more sense.
Yes, we're going to go with T-shirt gun for the T-shirt.
I like potato gun.
How about the ring announcer, Justin Bernard, trying to show off his arm, the lefty, looking like Steve Young. Steve Young's an NFL football player.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't know who that was, but how about
Absolutely
this?
not.
You may know this. Steve Young, NFL football player, former NFL football player, played for the 49ers.
Big shout out to our
and
friends
they had
at
an
Anthem
Australian
Blue
that played for the
Cross.
49ers
Their
that just played
mission
this past
is to
year.
improve the
Rugby
health
player.
of people
Probably don't know
they
who he is.
serve.
Anyway, let's go
At
ahead and go to a
Anthem,
break and
they
I'll stop
believe
talking.
the best health care coverage can actually help people stay healthy. That's why we go beyond simply providing health care coverage. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. And now, the Tough Enough lightweight division.
For a stay in Henderson, there are full feature resorts, including Green Valley Ranch, Sunset and Fiesta Station, as well as the M Resort, which has the distinction of featuring a gourmet, all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Let's do a quick visual tour of what I mentioned and more. I hope you enjoyed your tour of Henderson.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Angel Bravo.
Angel Bravo making his Tough Enough debut. Walking to the cage. I'm going to say, Jesse, that can't go wrong with a little Beastie Boys music.
I'm into it. I'm very into it. I love when fighters have good walkout songs.
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I literally had a conversation with Rashad Evans about some walkout music that he had probably 10 years ago, and I still remembered it just because I was hyped up when he walked into the ring with the song. Like one of my favorite songs at the time.
What was it?
It was a group called Mobb Deep.
I know Mobb Deep.
You've heard of Mobb Deep?
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked to the ring to Mobb Deep, which was like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Shook Ones was a song that they had way back.
Okay.
It's like
I don't
their
know if
first
I know
big
the
hit.
song, but I do know Mobb Deep.
Okay.
I probably know it if I hear it.
Okay, yeah, you probably would. He was like, yeah, I absolutely remember that fight. He's like, yeah, that was my joint. All right, so Angel Bravo making his debut at 155 pounds. You see, he's a Gracie fighter.
And now making his way to the red corner, Brandon Manoff.
Yeah, from Gracie Hamida in Las Vegas, Team Michael.
All right.
So I'm going to hazard a guess, say it's probably a grappler.
Very good, very good. And he is going against Brandon Manoff. I'm not going to say anything about this fighter because you know him a lot better than I do. So what are we looking forward to with Brandon?
Brandon's from Syndicate MMA. They're very, very well-rounded MMA there. And they're more of a striking-based mixed martial arts gym. But Brandon's a very, very strong man. He used to be one of my main training partners when I was there. I used him for the Paige Van Zandt fight because he has very similar striking to Paige Van Zandt, you know. Very, very strong, quite athletic. He's one-on-one. We've seen him, I think his first fight, he won decision. His last fight, he lost by knockout. But he fought someone a lot more experienced than him. So we'll see. I don't know a whole lot about Angel Bravo. I'm excited to see how this goes tonight.
Okay. Now I'm looking over here at Angel. Is Angel dancing?
It looks like it. I was saying he probably feels kind of calm right now. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Oh, well. This is always the first thing that I look at when you look at the fighters. As you said, Brandon is a strong guy, but looking at these two, all right, let me stop. Let's go ahead and get inside the ring with Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, our
introduce
next
the fighters.
bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making their Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting out of Gracie Humaita and Team Mika, Las Vegas, Nevada, Angel Bravo. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 1 defeat, fighting out of Syndicate MMA, Las Vegas, Nevada, Brandon Ranch Dressing Manoff.
I was hoping you
Your
was
referee in
gonna say
charge of the
that.
action inside
Ranch
the cage
dressing,
is
huh?
Joe
Yeah,
Sullivan.
exactly. He's drawing smiles from all over the cage side here with that nickname, Ranch Dressing. Who doesn't like ranch dressing?
Oh, man. My boyfriend eats pizza with ranch dressing.
Of course.
We have to get takeout because all the pizza places don't have ranch dressing to go with their pizza, funnily enough.
Wow.
Man, Brandon's coming out firing in this fight.
Those leg kicks, you could feel those over here. And as you said, he's a strong fighter. He looks like a guy who's unafraid to go to the weight room.
Yeah. I think that's a very, very safe bet.
Yeah. All right, so Brandon with top position here. Well, I think he's still in the guard.
You know,
Angel.
he came out with some really good striking, though, and which is great to see because his striking, when I used to train with him, which was last year, was quite slow. Like, he was very powerful, but it was very slow. And I believe he's been working with AJ Matthews at Syndicate, who's the new Muay Thai coach over there. I believe he fights in Bellator, but he does some amazing work with his Muay Thai coaching. So I can see Brandon's clearly been working on it.
And that's what you want to see from amateur fighters, like guys improving on whatever they were weak in before and just, trying to put more tools in that toolbox in order to improve their game.
Exactly. You know, I think too many fighters these days spend time on just straight MMA instead of utilizing Muay Thai, boxing, Jiu-Jitsu as individual disciplines, so I'm really happy that AJ's gone over to Syndicate because he brings a really, really high-level Muay Thai to that gym.
Okay. How about what Brandon is doing with the 2 to the body, 1 to the head? That's a Mike Tyson. But they're very close to us right now. I mean, how powerful are those strikes? I mean, I can feel those from over here.
You can see the veins popping out of Brandon's shoulders right now. I'm assuming these strikes probably hurt.
Yeah.
But you can see Angel holding on to, trying to hold on to his arms, doing the right thing, you know, trying to stop those strikes from happening because obviously he can get finished from this position.
He's doing a pretty good job of that. And his arms may be getting tired, but he's not exuding a whole lot of cardio, so to speak, is Angel on the bottom. I mean, he looks like he's, you know, staying very calm.
Yeah.
Kind of tapped him on his shoulder like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you know, and now he knows what Brandon's going to come out with as well. I would like to see a bit more work on the bottom from Angel being a jiu-jitsu, well, being from a jiu-jitsu school. I would like to see him try to escape from those positions. But obviously I know how strong Brandon is, and he is very hard to get out from underneath.
And he probably didn't want to absorb any more shots, but here you are. Those inside leg kick, outside leg kick.
Yeah, just stayed really heavy. Nice pressure on top. Sat in that half guard and utilized his strengths from there.
1-2-1. Yeah. All right, so first round clearly went to Brandon Manoff.
Angel smiling in his corner. You know, he clearly still feels really good about this.
Yeah.
He's got 2 more rounds to work.
He's like, okay, let me go ahead and Mamacita. Looks like he got the tattoo of his Mamacita on his chest.
He's got some nice traditional tattoos. I'm into it.
Yeah. All right, been told by his corner to throw an uppercut because he believes that Brandon's going to try to take him down. Man, those are powerful leg kicks. That right hand was powerful as well. Dropped Angel.
And then we're back almost in the same position we were in the first round. Angel holding on to him. But he needs to start using his legs to kick off just like that.
And he did exactly what you asked him to do. Almost like he was listening to you, but...
Brandon trying to sit on that double leg. And there's the dump. Very nice.
As you said, I mean, I hate to go over it again, but you can clearly see the strength advantage for Brandon in this fight.
Oh, absolutely. You know, 155 is a good division for him. He's one of the shorter athletes, but he's definitely strong at this weight. And now he has the head arm choke, and Angel's not doing a whole lot to get out of it, so I'm going to say we're probably going to get a finish here pretty soon. Or he's going to go to sleep.
He's going out.
And he is asleep.
Go. Go ahead and get, there you go. There you go. Puts him to sleep. And Brandon kind of dusts him off there. He's curtsying. Look at your guy, Brandon, curtsying inside of the cage. Very well done. Very well done. Comes over and gives you a nice head nod, but Brandon Manoff, the man Manoff, ranch salad, ranch dressing? Ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing. So I once sponsored him for one of his fights. I think his last fight. And my deal was I wanted to get his shorts printed, right? And the idea I had in my head was of a big bottle of ranch dressing and then like a woman screaming, like in The Blob, you know what I mean? In the old school horror movie.
See?
Sorry.
Now, I'll wait till we get off. Can't say anything about that. However, here's the finish by your guy, Mr. Manoff. That head and arm choke is good, man.
Very, very nice. Submitting the jiu-jitsu guy. Always a win.
Yes, always a win. And really, that's one of the submissions that almost, it's technique. It's a technique submission, but it's also really a strength submission, isn't it? I mean, like, you have to be pretty strong.
It's strength if you don't know how to be technical with it.
Okay.
But my jiu-jitsu coach, Coach Casey at 10th Planet, has one of the most amazing head arm chokes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 59 seconds in round number 2, referee Joe Sullivan calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO due to head arm choke, Brandon Ranch Dressing Manoff.
I think I just cut you off with the ranch salad dressing, but yeah, he has one of the best head and arm chokes. Your jiu-jitsu coach that teaches him as well?
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't need to use strength to do it. It is a very technical submission. If you know how to do it the right way, obviously.
Gotcha. All right, so there you have it.
All right,
looking down the list of the fights that we have here, Jesse,
is around the corner.
Very well.
229. Put it in your calendars. The largest Tough Enough event of the year. Get your free tickets at unlvtickets.com right now.
Straightforward pricing guide. I mean, James showed me the 100% satisfaction guarantee. He's a mess, so if he forgets his floor savers, or even if he cusses, I just pay for the service. Which tells you what kind of company they are. They really care about he broke down the problem in a language I understood. It was all right in the What astonished me the most was their straightforward pricing guide. I mean, James showed me their 100% satisfaction guarantee. If he leaves a mess, or if he forgets his floor savers, or even if he cusses, I don't have to pay for the service. Which tells you what kind of company they are. They really care about their customers. Having the prices printed out, knowing he didn't make a commission, all made me feel assured. I mean, he broke down the problem in a language I understood. It was all right in the book. Focus was there when they built my house. It just makes sense that they're the ones who take care of my plumbing now that the warranty is up.
Don't forget to mention the Diamond Club.
That's James, and that's how much I paid for today's checkup. What would have been costly water damage turned into an everyday repair at a fraction of the cost.
Let's bring out the Tough Enough featherweight division. Making their way to the blue corner, TJ Lucas.
All right, here we go. We got a couple of 145-pounders. TJ Lucas coming to the cage, making his MMA Tough Enough Amateur Future Stars of America fighting debut. I like how the guys, when they have their piercings, get the nice little Band-Aid on the ear.
Yeah, or I've seen a couple where they have the stretchers in, so their earlobes are actually really long and they have to tape the earlobes up. It's gross.
Jesse, just could you please tell me exactly how you feel about that? Don't hold back this time.
I'm sorry. I'm Australian, all right. I'm blunt. Like, just use that. I'm foreign. If I say anything offensive, I'm foreign. I'm sorry.
And now making their way to the red corner.
Okay, all right.
Jordan Worth.
And TJ Lucas going up against Jordan Worth.
So Jordan Worth is another 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. He's one of the instructors at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu here in Vegas.
Okay.
He's a very, very high-level purple belt. I was at his last fight. So he's 0-1. I was at his last fight, and for some reason he thought he was a kickboxer the whole 3 rounds.
Gotcha. So he didn't even utilize his strength in the fight, obviously.
No, and you can see, there's this thing that happens when you land one really clean punch. You're like, oh, I love this feeling. And you literally, out the back, we were going, all right, we're going to go for the takedown. We're going to do blah, 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 all grappling based. And then you saw it in his eye. He, landed that first big punch, and he's like, oh, I love this feeling. It just was a kickboxer for the whole 6 minutes.
He's like, I'm swinging for the trees now, baby. I'm swinging for the trees.
You know, it was a great fight, though. It was very, very entertaining. So I'm hoping we see something similar tonight.
He looks like he may be tall. Is he a tall
Yeah,
guy?
he's very tall.
Yeah. And that's how you want to be if you want to do jiu-jitsu. All right, let's go ahead and get our announcements from our guy inside the cage, Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making their Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting independently out of Las Vegas, Nevada, TJ Lucas. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 0 victories, 1 defeat, fighting out of 10th Planet, Las Vegas, Nevada, Jordan Worth. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Mark Smith.
All right, here we go, Jesse. Well, Jordan Worth, as you said, he's a jiu-jitsu background, has a jiu-jitsu background. And as I stated, walking in, you can see he's kind of a slender guy, got some long limbs, which makes perfect for a guy who wants to do jiu-jitsu. But it doesn't matter a whole lot when you get hit with a stiff jab right out of the gate.
Yeah, that dropped him. So I really hope that this is the fight that Jordan utilizes his jiu-jitsu now. Although now we see Brandon going for the takedown. You see Jordan using that rubber guard, or wait, straight away.
And then he goes for the leg. That was almost the exact opposite of what you were talking about.
Yeah, but you can see he's still enjoying the striking with his hands down.
Yes, both of them with their hands down. This is an actual fight.
There's a mouthpiece gone. Brandon's mouthpiece fell out.
So this actually looks like two guys who are kind of amateur fighters.
Oh, big left hook from Jordan.
Super wide punches, and TJ trying to come down the middle with the right hand.
I feel like I just saw TJ throw a double punch, almost an ultimate punch, just without the kick.
It's almost like it's a 1-2, but the two and the one are coming out at the same time.
Same
Exactly.
That looked almost like an elbow then. TJ keeps fighting for this body load, pushing Jordan up against the cage, and Jordan's getting out.
The way that they're fighting right now, they're almost fighting as if they have big gloves on where they can absorb punches. Nice jab by TJ.
He does have a really nice jab. You know, this almost reminds me of being in a bar somewhere off Route 66, you know?
Like, what did you say? Come here.
Yeah.
I was like, are you looking at my woman?
They're just scrapping.
And then Jordan says, you know what, I guess I don't know, purple belt, black belt, whatever he is. He's like, you know what, I can actually submit as well.
Maybe I should use this. He still doesn't appear to even care about using it.
Now the adrenaline has been dumped.
Oh, that was another shin to shin. And round one is done. You see TJ is kind of favoring that left leg of his. I think that shin to shin at the end of that round might have hurt him a little bit.
Yes. He's tired, yes. He's got punched in the face a few times, yes.
Probably wasn't expecting to get punched in the face from a jiu-jitsu purple belt.
No. And you can tell that he was feeling really good about himself to begin the fight.
That was a beautiful jab right at the start of that
round. Wow. There's that jab again. But then how about your guy Jordan coming back?
They're swinging at each other. I really hope this one goes 3 rounds. I'm excited to see another 4 minutes.
If anyone at home can see Jessie Justice's face right now, she is thoroughly enjoying this fight.
I'm so happy I'm here tonight.
You're seeing all the pearly whites right now as she's watching these two guys go at it. TJ Lucas in the white shorts and Jordan Worth in the black shorts. These guys are throwing haymakers. Forget your technique. Forget leaving your hands up. Forget setting up a punch. We're just going to go ahead and we're not doing any of that. We're throwing blows.
I wish one of them was wearing Chuck Norris kicking jeans right now. That's the only thing that would make this fight better. Look, Jordan's into it. He's ready. We should nickname him the Spaz.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Wow. That was almost like a check hook. TJ with the matrix there.
Yeah, TJ's slipping a lot of these punches as well.
Sure is. Well, that's a beautiful leg kick.
I think both of these guys should probably hold their hands a little bit higher. They might have a better chance of defending.
Why would you want to do that?
But it sure makes for entertainment value.
It really does. You know, forget the technique. I'm throwing punches. How about Jordan? He threw a straight punch there.
You're noting that he threw a straight punch.
I'm noting that he threw a straight punch. You can tell that TJ is slowing down just a little bit.
He is.
I mean, this has been a huge pace.
You know, I don't think he expected this fight to be as intense as what it is. And now we see it on the ground, which obviously this is where Jordan's a shark. You know, one of the coaches at 10th Planet Las Vegas. Very, very high level purple belt.
Clearly who wants to finish the fight via strikes.
Yeah, he wants. Yeah, but I feel like that's the thing with a lot of jiu-jitsu guys is they want to show that they are strikers as well, you know. Then we get a second round TKO from Jordan.
Wow, Jordan gets the second round TKO. And you can tell in this fight Not necessarily that TJ was a beaten fighter, so to speak, but you can tell that he's tired.
He is definitely tired, you know, and sometimes it's hard. Like, I feel like when people over game plan for fights and then something different happens, something that you weren't expecting happens, it can throw you off. That's why we try to not game plan too much, you know, go in with an idea, but sometimes it can break fighters.
Yeah. Here's a look at the replay, how this thing ended. But hit the back of the head.
That one behind the ear, you know, those ones that rally the fingers.
And right here, when he turned over, that's when he was over, right? Guys cover up like that.
Yeah, it was a really good stoppage from Market. You know, he didn't let that go on too long.
You're absolutely correct. That was a very good stoppage. It's something else that you can see at the end of this fight. You can tell these guys really respect one another for giving each other the business during that fight. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, it's hard not to have respect for someone who's happy to just stand there and throw down.
So far, I can't lie. So far, fight of the night? What do you think?
I don't know. You know, some of these fights have been so good. It's hard. It's hard. I'm still kind of, for sheer domination, I'm leaning towards the Ernesto fight.
Ernesto,
you know?
yeah. Okay.
That was brilliant. That was an amazing debut performance.
Okay.
But this one, for entertainment value, yeah, it's been the highlight so far.
Definitely very entertaining. All right, let's go ahead and get inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 6 seconds into round number 2, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Jordan Worth.
Jordan still got his game face on, right?
He's intense.
He has his game face on. Jordan Worth picks up his very first victory in his MMA career, amateur MMA career. Now 1-1 with the TKO in the second round over TJ Lucas. A very game TJ Lucas. A very good jab throwing TJ Lucas.
Big shout out to Master Sound Supreme. The doctor is in the house providing the music tonight. Big shout out to DJ E Doc in the house. Tough Enough, Future Stars of MMA is brought to you by Neck and Back Clinics.
If you, your family, or your friends have been injured, please call 702-644-3333 to schedule an appointment for a free consultation with one of our chiropractic physicians.
Saddle up for the ride of your life at the new Las Vegas Harley-Davidson, now open on the Las Vegas Strip, complete with a dealership, rental services, retail shop, service center, and riding academy. Las Vegas Harley-Davidson is a must-visit for all enthusiasts. Visitors can also stop by the Recharge Zone convenience store to cool off and enjoy free Wi-Fi. Located just steps away from the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, ride by or visit lvhd.com today for more.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Kane Duncan.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck.
There's no smut on my rep last time that I checked. All right, got a little bit of Nipsey Hussle. Once again, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Kane Duncan making his way into the cage. Kane Duncan making his debut at 155 pounds.
I really like how his name is spelled because every time I read it, I say Kanye in my head. And then I have to rearrange it. I'm not even dyslexic.
You're not even dyslexic. You're just reading dyslexic.
I'm just reading Kanye. I just love Kanye.
Big Kanye fan, huh?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I appreciate Kanye.
Okay, okay. You know what? I'm a Kanye fan. I'll give it up. I'm a Kanye fan. I think he's as far as rap goes, that's my genre of music, clearly. And he's a clever writer.
I think he's a genius.
Very smart.
Which is why he's so insane.
Of course.
Yeah.
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 They kind of go hand in hand, don't they? Eccentric, genius, entertainers.
Yeah, for sure.
Craziness.
Okay, we have twins Thai boxing shorts. Is he a Thai boxer?
Look at his
and
body.
now making their
First of all,
way to the
anytime you
red
see somebody
corner,
with a big back like that, at least in my opinion,
Caesar.
you see a big back like that, he's a striker. He's absolutely a striker.
He looks like he's Russian. Like, he looks like every Russian or Dagestanian fighter that's around, right? I think it's the facial hair. It's the facial hair. They always have the same facial hair.
He's definitely unafraid to go into the gym.
What does it say? Boxing and wrestling.
around.
right, he's wearing Thai boxing shorts, so I hope I see some kicks.
Exactly. Going against Jonathan Caesar.
Famous is his fight name.
Famous, huh?
Famous. Very Kanye. Famous. It says here he's a wrestler and a kickboxer.
That's a different combination. Wrestling and kickboxing, huh?
Trains with Rebel MMA and Asylum Fight Team. I don't know. We're in Nevada. Oh, nice.
And he's got, looks like a basketball tattooed on his arm. That's a guy that I don't want to get in a fight with when I'm playing basketball. Because every pickup game ends in a fight. I don't necessarily want to fight a wrestler and a kickboxer.
He looks very tall. What is he? 6'1" and 155. That is a tall 55er. And then Kane, not Kanye, is 5'10".
Kane, don't call me Kanye Duncan, taking on Jonathan Caesar. What do we got for nicknames here? Famous, as you said, and Kanye does not have a name.
Let's just say Kanye.
All right, Kane, let's go ahead and get inside the cage with our guy.
Ladies
Justin
and gentlemen,
Bernard.
our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in a Tough Enough lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting out of Lee Brothers MMA, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Kane Duncan. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, also making his Tough Enough debut tonight. Fighting out of Rebel, Las Vegas, Nevada, Jonathan Famous Caesar. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Joe
Oh, so if anyone
Sullivan.
just saw that thing he did with his hands is the same thing that Ovid St. Preux does, which is from his fraternity in school. Which I can't.
It's Q-Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. Omega Sci-Fi.
Yes.
He did one of those, like the horseshoe?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
You are 100% right. Kane, not Kanye, has a really massive back.
I mean, that's massive. Anyone built like that definitely is a striker.
Beautiful takedown from the striker. Those Muay Thai shorts are putting me off.
This is like the third or fourth fight that the person has kind of thrown us off with whatever their specialty is. They're going to do exactly
Doing
the opposite.
the complete opposite. You know, but Jonathan's doing a really good job of staying busy on the bottom, not letting Kane settle.
All right, so far Kane's got himself a takedown, and Jonathan is doing what he can to avoid absorbing any punishment on the bottom.
Well, see, right now, Kane's sitting in full guard, but his arms are really far forward. You know, Jonathan's doing a good job of controlling the posture, controlling the arms, and breaking him down the whole time. We say you're not supposed to put your hands on the mat in the guard, and I see Kane consistently putting his hands on the mat. So I feel like if Jonathan has any submissions, he's being put in pretty good positions to fight for him.
And how about this? I'm noticing that Kane isn't really throwing any punches from the top. Like, have you seen him throw a punch yet?
No, I haven't. You know, but that's something that I've noticed with a lot of amateur fighters is that recognizing that you can actually throw strikes on the ground can be quite hard. And that's one of the things that comes from doing the individual disciplines as opposed to doing the MMA. Because in MMA training, you're allowed to throw strikes on the ground, albeit very light ones, but it kind of gets you used to throwing them when you're in these jiu-jitsu positions.
Because, I mean, really, since I've said that, still has not thrown a punch.
No, and he could. Well, he just threw one then. But he definitely is in a position to throw a lot more than what he is.
I guess that was kind of a punch there. So total of 2 punches thrown from up top. We're back standing, and look at that head movement. He's definitely a stand-up fighter. He looks like a boxer more so than a Muay Thai.
Yeah, well, that's what his stats say is that he's a boxer, which makes sense now. It's just the shorts.
Man, yeah. Don't wear Muay Thai shorts if you're a boxer and you're going to take down folks. All right, so after one round with Kane, don't call me Kanye Duncan, and Jonathan Famous Caesar, you obviously have to give that round to
Kane. Yeah, just for the takedown and controlling on top the whole time. Although Jonathan was doing a really good job of consistently moving and actually fighting for rubber guard, fighting for submissions, Kane, I think, dominated that one.
All right, so not bad for a first round. You can see Kane's corner telling him, they're urging him to do something. I'm assuming they're saying, you know what, go ahead and throw a punch or two. When you I actually like that picture on the back of his shirt right there.
I do too. They're both wearing really cool shirts.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Kane in the black Muay Thai shorts. And we have our guy over here, Jonathan Caesar with the black shorts and the orange. Got an orthodox and a lefty.
Yeah,
Uppercut,
big
huh?
strikes from Jonathan right now. They are landing hard.
That was a good shot.
And you can see Kane, not Kanye, went straight for the takedown again. But why wouldn't you? When he's very clearly getting them easily, why wouldn't you keep going for them?
Yeah, might as well go with what works.
You know what? It makes sense now why he has the Dagestani facial hair, because he's very good at the wrestling and the takedowns.
Ah, yeah.
Get it? See?
Yeah,
Cyclical.
you bring it right back home. Jesse just bringing it right back home. 360 degrees with it. I like it. I like it.
Same thing again. We're back in guard. Jonathan's doing a good job of staying busy on the bottom. And now we're seeing Kane start to use those strikes from the top.
Yeah, he definitely used that strike.
Yeah. He's thrown 2. Now we're in strikes, all right? We're allowed to have plurals.
Okay. But as you said, Jonathan doing a very good job of avoiding the punishment. He's got wrist control here from the bottom.
This is an awful position to be in, though. But he's defending great.
He really is.
But now you see Kane starting to lock down the top half and just making it harder and harder for Jonathan to keep moving.
Yeah, he's being very heavy on top.
Yeah, he has really good shoulder pressure right now.
Really, all you do is throw that chest on somebody. You're not moving.
That chest is half his body weight. I would be utilizing it just like he is.
All right, so you can hear Kane's corner basically alluding to what Jesse and I have been talking about for the entire fight for the most part. Good position, not throwing a lot of punches. So that was a very good hard hammer fist right there.
I wish he would throw more of them.
You and his corner both. So
I should be in everyone's corner tonight.
How about this? Taking a look at Kane in his corner, he was on top. He has the bloody lip. Maybe it came from that. I thought it was an uppercut maybe that he got hit with in the very beginning of that round.
Yeah, you know, Jonathan came out and threw a bunch of really hard punches, and so I wouldn't be surprised if all of them contributed to his blood. They was banging. I could hear them from where we were sitting with the headphones.
Yeah, he's got long arms, as you said at the beginning of the fight. As far as he's very tall, got good range. He's a southpaw, which always stinks.
He has an 81-inch reach. Now, I don't know what Kane's is, but 81-inch reach on a 155er is insane.
Yeah, there's no way it's 81 inches, yeah.
I know middleweights that have 75-inch reaches.
Yeah, that's a very, very long arm at 155 pounds. All right, so through 2 rounds, have to say that Kane, not Kanye, is probably leading this fight 2-0.
I agree with you. And I really feel like he should change his name to Kane, not Kanye now.
Well, after watching this,
I wonder if he'll be open to me giving him a fight name after this fight.
he's doing a very good job at getting these takedowns and avoiding the punches of Jonathan, who has done a very good job of, he landed, I think, a punch right before he got taken down.
Yeah, same thing. I see Jonathan going for a lot of almost sneaky submissions from the bottom. You know, he was using rubber guard in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I can see him trying to get his legs through. He's controlling the right arm, of Kane, not Kanye, and trying to get his knee through for the triangle. But whether he can actually get there or not, we'll see. And there's the number.
Oh, wow, yeah,
Beautiful.
as you said, very
Defended
sneaky.
by Kane.
Yes.
These are both debut fighters. There's so many debuts tonight that are really, really high level, very technical.
You're completely right. To be a debut fighter and to go from transition or submission to submission.
And then the control of Kane on top, the takedowns, the control has been beautiful. Really, really good matchmaking tonight.
Got to give a credit to Brian, who does the matchmaking for Tough Enough.
Especially for debut fighters when there's very, very little information on them. To be able to do matchups like we've seen tonight is, talent.
You know
talent, Brian.
You know, it is a good thing because you don't want to see guys get overmatched in their debut.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Fight a guy who's sneaky, got like 10 fights somewhere stashed away.
Yeah, it happens a lot though.
I would assume it would, yeah. Yeah, I could see that happening.
We got 20 seconds left in round 3, and same thing as the last 2 rounds. It's been all Kane on top.
So as a fighter, your debut fight, did you win your debut?
I did.
Do you remember? Obviously, you remember. How did you win it?
3rd round TKO.
Okay.
I was so scared of getting hit by her. Even though I'd had kickboxing fights, I was so scared of getting hit by her. I refused to grapple all camp as well. None of it made any sense. And then she took me down, and I reversed it, sat down, got TKO.
All right, there you go. So you got a TKO in your debut fight, and it looks as if Kane, not Kanye, will probably win his debut fight via unanimous decision.
I really hope he listens to this commentary.
Well, he's going to watch it. He did a good job. He did a really good job. Only thing, and the best job that he did was wearing those Muay Thai shorts and fooling you with another good takedown there, huh?
Yeah, he tricked me. Little trickster.
Let's work! Kane does a very good job of keeping the pressure on top. And Jonathan did a very good job of not absorbing too much punishment on the bottom. So credit given to both the fighters. 50 Cent, very popular in Australia.
I think this song was.
This song had to be.
Yeah, this song was. I would say I was
Were you like 5 years old?
probably around 16 or 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I was going to my school discos, and this song was one of the famous ones.
What do they call you? The school what?
School discos.
Oh, disco.
Discos,
Hey,
yeah.
disco. Can you say tattoo again real quick?
Tattoo. Do you know how many people? Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those words.
I like that. I like that. School discos and tattoos.
What's this? What is this tattoo that he has on his ribs?
I don't know. It looks like it's Rocky, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a 3-round war, we go to the judges' scorecards for your winner.
That's a dope
By
tattoo.
unanimous decision, the blue corner, Kane Duncan.
So, yes, Kane has a... If someone's booing, they need to stop
I
that.
feel like a few people are booing, aren't
That's
they?
absurd. That's absurd.
Damn, that's rude.
It's absolutely rude. Both guys made their debut. Their debut. Excuse me. They both fought their butts off in this fight.
I guess Jonathan's from Las Vegas.
Okay.
Kane, not Kanye, is not. He's from Fort Wayne.
Big shout out to our
Indiana.
friends at
Okay,
Anthem
Fort Wayne,
Blue
Indiana.
Cross
Indiana.
Blue
Indiana.
Shield. Their mission is to improve the health of the people that they serve. At Anthem, they believe the best health care coverage can actually help people stay healthy. That's why they go beyond simply providing health care coverage. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And now making their way to the blue corner, Casey Pippin.
All right, here we are. Fight number 10. Coming to the cage, we have Casey Pippin. That's a pretty cool name. Casey Pippin. Another debut. One Kick Nick. Actually, one of my favorite names of a gym here in Las Vegas. One Kick Nick here in Las Vegas. Casey Pippin, 170 pounds. My color commentator here, Jesse Jess, obviously a MMA star here in Las Vegas. Taking pictures, shaking hands, kissing babies.
Just being famous.
That's got to make you feel good when people come up and take selfies with you and take pictures with you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I like it, but I had to find like a regular pose for my photos.
You don't do the fighter
No,
pose?
I hate it. I hate
And
it.
now making his
All right, so
way
give me-
to
what's
the
your
red
pose?
corner, Mikolaj Kazubinski.
So, funny story, I was at a Bellator event.
Okay.
And Chris Pratt was there, right?
Alright.
And so I went up to talk to Chris Pratt, and he was like, hey, we should get a photo, because he got really excited when he found out I was in the UFC. And he's like, we should get a photo. So we get this photo. I actually have a full series in my phone of how awkward he is. because he went to do the fist up pose and I wasn't doing it. I was doing like peace sign and being stupid. And then there's this whole series where he's like fist up and then he's like got his hand on his belly and then he's like, then he did the Ron Burgundy. I don't know what to do. The Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Okay.
It's brilliant. It was one of the funniest interactions I think I've ever had in my life.
Oh, okay.
But he was so awkward. I'm like, dude, you can do the fist up pose if you want.
Yeah, you don't have to do the exact pose that I'm doing.
You don't have to do what I'm doing.
And you know what? You're actually a movie star. You should never be embarrassed by taking pictures.
Weird, right? Super weird.
Ah, he's an action hero. Anyway, this guy. Yeah, we're going to take a selfie after this, and you're going to give me that pose. I'm going to go ahead and post that.
Done.
There we go. All right, so Casey Pippett, and there's a lot of adjectives and vowels in this last name. Let's go ahead and see what
Ladies and gentlemen,
Justin
our next
calls
bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his Tough Enough debut tonight, fighting out of One Kick Nicks, Las Vegas, Nevada, Casey Killshot Pippett. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 0 defeats, fighting out of Extreme Couture, Las Vegas, Nevada, Mikuláš Kazubinski. The referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Mark Smith.
Man, thank you very much, Justin.
I'm ashamed to say, again, he's from Extreme Couture, and I've never seen him before. I really need to start paying way more attention when I go to the gym.
Well, I mean, that's how you act when you're a star, you know. I mean, when you're famous and you're a superstar, you don't have to notice a little. I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, so both fighters have on black shorts. Casey Pippett with the black and the red trim.
Yeah, Casey's from One Kick Nicks, which is a very, very high-level Muay Thai gym here in Vegas.
Yes.
But there's been some really nice boxing from Mikuláš. These two are going at it
They are going at it. And as soon as they do that, they go down to the ground. We just start loving the stand-up that they're having.
Man. That sucks. But again, it's the same as in that last, the Ernesto fight with the Extreme Couture fighter. He still did the same thing that we're all taught there, which is go for the takedown and control on top. Casey's doing a really good job of trying to get back to his feet right now.
Oh, yeah, what they call that, walk in the cage? She's trying to walk the cage?
Yeah, but you can see Mikuláš keeps trying to reach behind his back to go for that same wrist ride. It's such a nasty thing.
The Couture wrist wrap?
Yes. It's so awful.
Yeah, I'm not. I would not look forward to having my arm trapped behind my body and getting punched in the face. I'm not. That's not cool with me. I'm not.
No,
a fan.
especially if the person on top knows that they're allowed to hit you. It's awful.
Yeah, when they're just tickling you and poking on you when you're training, when they're not allowed to really let loose.
Oh, I once, when I first went to Couture's, I sparred with Gray Maynard, right?
Gray's one of my favorite guys. I love Gray.
I have never felt more ashamed of myself in my entire life because I was kickboxing with him real nice, and then he just messed me up. And same thing, I remember him having me pinned against the cage standing with my wrist wrapped up behind my back, and he was just slapping me in the face.
Sounds like good old Gray.
I know. And I left that round going, oh man, I feel so ashamed of myself, but goddamn, that was awesome.
Well, I mean, if you said someone else that I didn't know, maybe I'd feel like, okay. But I mean, Gray Maynard was literally probably should have won the UFC title when he fought against, oh God, what's his name? Little guy. He held the title from New Jersey for a long time. Frankie Edgar,
Frankie's my boy.
Well, Frankie's good people, but Gray won the first fight.
Yeah, you know, and I didn't realize how much Gray lived up to the nickname The Bully until I got to train with him. And it is disgusting.
Oh, Gray Maynard, a good guy. Obviously, you know his background is wrestling. But go ahead and take a look at the fight here. We have Casey Pippett.
Beautiful shot. Both of these guys take that double leg from Mikuláš against the cage.
Yeah, Mikuláš did a very good job of getting the takedown and keeping that position and keeping, I guess, top position for the most part, keeping control for the first round. He likely won that first round with keeping the control, you'd say, no?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Based on the takedown and top control, absolutely.
Okay.
I hope they let this striking go a little bit longer, but if you're dominant in the grappling and the wrestling, why would you know?
Because what? The name of the ball game is to what?
It's to win.
Exactly. That's why you play. That's why you fight. That's why you play, whatever. You want to win. All right, round 2.
You know, when it comes to striking, anyone has a puncher's chance, especially with how these two are swinging.
Yes. And unlike another fight that was very exciting when the guys were punching, both of the hands are up on these guys. Their chins are down. So
I know that makes me very happy. As a striker, that makes me very happy. But, you know, this Casey Pippett, well, that was a nice knockdown from Mikolaj then. And Casey Pickett's back on his back against the cage.
Ooh. Mikolaj going for that finish there, pushing the head down and raining down these right hands.
Very heavy mount from Mikolaj.
Man, that looks like Vanderlei Silva with the hand on the throat with the punch.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Goodness. Keith Jardine, that fight was just on. I was at that fight, but that fight was just on recently.
Oh, are we going to see another head arm choke? That looks tight, but, oh, very nice. I was going to say Mikolaj doesn't have much room to move against the cage, but that was beautiful.
Exactly, Mikolaj.
Throwing the mouthpiece. You know what? I never understand why fighters like to throw their mouthpiece out to the crowd. Who wants? Oh, I'm sure some people do want the mouthpiece, but he threw it straight at the officials. It wasn't even out of the crowd.
Hey, you didn't have me winning that first round. Take this mouthpiece upside the head. That was a very entertaining fight to be so quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm kind of upset with how quick it was. But what I was saying before Mikolaj got that really nice double leg was that Casey Pippett, has Dewey Cooper in his corner. And Dewey's a really high-level striking coach in the UFC. At One Kicks here in Vegas. We see him in the shooting tour with Kevin all the time. The Motown Theater. There's a beautiful head on we've seen tonight.
How about that? Yes, it was a very good head and arm choke. Got Sir Mix-a-Lot playing in the background, and as you said, Dewey Cooper is a very high-level striker. I've actually seen him spar with world champion Chad Dawson ahead of one of his world champion boxing fights in there with a boxer. So, I mean, obviously his striking is top level. All right, here we go. Let's get our official word. Posse on Broadway.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 56 seconds into round number 2, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by tap out due to head arm choke, Mikolaj Kazubinski.
Mikolaj Kazubinski. I can tell you that I don't know his coach's name that's to the left over there, but I've called one of his fights, a few of his fights, in Tough Enough.
Yeah, that's D1.
Absolutely remember him.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Tough Enough fans, don't forget, we are back for Pack the Mac at the Thomas and Mack Center, June 29th. So put it on your calendars. That is Tough Enough's largest event of the year. You can get your free tickets at unlvtickets.com right now. Tough Enough is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorneys.
When you're in a car wreck, your whole life is upside down. When this happens, you need attorneys who can turn your life around.
You need attorneys who get you all the money you deserve. In a wreck and need a check? Will Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria. Welcome to Cash Kingdom.
What's up? It's Ray J. Welcome to the Cash and welcome to the Kingdom.
Come by. We've got the best rates. 702-248-CASH.
Yep, she's giving all the best rates. She's giving all the best cash. I just told her I need a new car. She said, Cash Kingdom is going to make it happen for you. Cash Kingdom got it.
Right across from Mercedes-Benz, 7385 West Sahara. 702-248-CASH. 702-248-CASH.
Get this cash.
702-248-CASH.
And now making their way to the blue corner, Isaac Villegas.
All right, Jesse, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, as they like to say. The co-main event, Isaac Villegas.
I've heard big things about this fight tonight. Everyone's been talking about it. This is the best fight names in the event history.
There we go. The Punisher
versus Skywalker.
The Punisher versus Skywalker. That's what I'm talking about. Isaac Villegas, he is coming from Tijuana, Baja California via Mexico. Wow. All right, so
I heard they have good tacos in Tijuana. I've never been. It's on my list.
well, if you go to Tijuana, that's a place that, from what I've heard, I've never been there, but from what I've heard, you can test your training in Tijuana. It's one of those kind of cities where there's,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on down there, from what I've heard. I've actually never been there. So, we have a fighter that is 1-0 taking on a 2-0 fighter. So, both undefeated fighters in this fight. And here's
And
the
now
second fighter
making
being
their
announced
way
right
to
now.
the red corner, Lucas Brennan.
All right, Lucas Brennan. He has a black belt in jiu-jitsu from his father, Chris Brennan. 145 pounders in this fight. 2-0, is Lucas Brennan. Next generation MMA from Frisco, Texas. But so we have two fighters, neither one of them are from Las Vegas. So we got some good matchmaking done with this one.
So when I don't know who the fighters are, obviously commentating I do know who these two fighters are, but what my friends and I like to do is we either pick who has the best shorts or the best haircut as who's going to win. That's how we make our decisions. So
Okay, so first things first, it looked like they had the exact same haircut.
yeah, I'm going to say Isaac's is a little fresher. Isaac looks like he just got a fresh fade.
He did.
Yeah.
Look at you, fade. Okay, okay. I know they call them fades in Australia, but yes. Got a fresh fade. Might have a little bit of a little bang in the front there. Little pretty boy to him. Okay, all right.
He kind of looks like Henry Cejudo from the side. His profile is very Cejudo.
He does. Is Cejudo fighting this weekend?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I don't know how I know that, but goodness, that's very good. That's a good pull. I'm breaking my arm, patting myself in the back for knowing that.
Well done.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay, big slip from Lucas Brennan.
All right, so Lucas Brennan and Isaac, as you like to call Villegas. Let's go ahead and go inside the ring for our announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tough Enough featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 0 defeats. Fighting out of King Muay Thai, Huntington, California, Isaac Punisher Villegas. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 2 victories, 0 defeats. Fighting out of Next Generation MMA, Frisco, Texas, Lucas Skywalker Brennan. Referee in charge of the action inside the cage is the Joe Sullivan.
All right, so as you said before,
All
you
right,
guys
gentlemen,
like
this
to
is
generally
co-main
look
event.
at fighters
We've
to
been
kind
over
of
the
get
rules.
who you're going
no
for.
elbows, no
you
knees
like
to
the
head.
haircut
Protect
from
yourself at all
Isaac, but
times.
I got to
Obey
go
my
with
commands at all
Skywalker
times.
shorts.
If I tell you to stop,
I
you must
do,
stop.
yeah.
Touch gloves if
I
you
don't
want.
know,
Go back
like
to your corner if you're ready to fight.
I feel like Skywalker has, more people supporting him, and I'm a big fan of the underdog.
I like the
and
dogs as well, generally.
based on the shorts, I'm going to say that Isaac might be the underdog. I just realized Isaac's only 18 and Skywalker is 19.
They are very young.
Very young.
But just looking at them, okay, you're looking at Skywalker. Look at his stance.
For a jiu-jitsu guy, his hands are looking pretty nice right now.
Yes.
He's holding him nice and high, very straight,
Look at that
sharp
uppercut.
punches.
All right, so a little jab from, nice takedown attempt from Lucas.
But obviously, Isaac would have known that the takedown was going to come with Lucas being a grappler, and he did a good job of defending that.
Yes. MMA Godfather on the side of the shorts from
I don't know what that is.
I know that The Godfather's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
Uh-oh. I'm going to have to get myself another commentator to get over here with me.
I'm sorry, Brian. Lucas fighting for this takedown, but Isaac's got a really nice head-only guillotine on right now.
How about
And he's
that?
not letting that go.
He's not. Lucas did a good job trying to roll out of that
This is
thing.
almost
but-
like the John Jones guillotine with the high elbow.
and you've seen him finish that thing standing up as well.
So many times. Right now, he has him back against the cage, which is a really sucky position to be in for Lucas.
That thing is tight. I can see the neck over here. Look how tight that thing is. I remember he slumped Lyoto Machida with that same. I think he had an arm in as well, but
Lucas is doing a really good job of defending right now. He could even go for a Von Flue choke, which comes from the no-arm guillotine defense.
All right, so he's got a.
Now he has a head arm from the bottom.
And he's trying to. He's got his arm. He's got it locked in.
We just got a thumbs up from Isaac there saying that he's okay.
Okay.
10 seconds to go. I think he's going to hold on for the rest of this round. Yeah, there's a lot of space there in that head arm.
Okay. Wow. For a first round that didn't have a whole lot of action, it seemed like it had some. It seemed somewhat intense to me.
It was intense. It was intense. You know, we saw really good striking to start with, a really great takedown attempt, and then high-level submissions from both athletes.
Yeah, this guillotine attempt, it was in there. I mean, look at it. It was looking pretty deep around his neck.
And then Lucas started wrapping up that head on, but you could see that Isaac stayed calm the whole time. To see how hard these two have trained for this fight.
Yes. And how about this? You're an amateur fighter, but you have a sweatshirt with your name on the back.
Crazy, right? Crazy. But if my name was Skywalker, I would want everybody to be wearing my sweatshirt.
You want everyone to know that, right? This is his third fight. He's got his own sweatshirt. and probably the coolest nickname of anyone that we've had, except for your guy, Raw.
Yeah, I do like Raw. I'd have to say one of my students and my housemate, Chelsea Ray MMA, had an MMA page on Instagram before she even started fighting.
Oh, wow.
And same thing, she has like a full workout, everything, her own outfit. Yeah, crazy.
Hey, you look good, you feel good, you fight good. Beautiful.
Beautiful uppercut.
Ooh. I think Luke is like, you know what? I don't like getting hit with that shot.
I'm done.
Let me shoot.
Both of these guys, for how high level their submission game obviously is, have really amazing striking as well.
Yes, crisp, as you said, very crisp. That was a nice takedown by Lucas, getting the back now of Isaac. Trying to get these hooks in. The BJ pin, trying to trap the arm with the leg?
Yeah, yep. He's getting his transitioning straight to mount.
That's pretty.
We've seen some high-level jiu-jitsu tonight in a lot of these fights.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And with that being said, Isaac is doing a good job of defending. Oh, got the north-south going on here.
The teabag. And now
that's the technical term for it. You know all those technical terms. I don't know.
You know, I was taught that Kimura from the head as a teabag Kimura.
Really?
Yes. And that's what I've always called it ever since.
I hate to say this, but when I learned that from Keith Jardine, and I actually learned it from the North and South.
Yeah.
I wouldn't allow him to call it that.
Well, no one wants to be teabagged.
You are
correct. Some people might.
I do not.
I do not either. Just FYI, everybody.
Okay.
10 seconds to go, and this has been a great round again.
It has been. In this round, after getting hit with a couple good shots early, the second half of that fight likely goes to Lucas, but the first half to Isaac.
You know, I think we're probably 1-1 going into the third. It's hard to tell because Isaac was kind of getting the better of him in the striking in the second round, but then Lucas's striking looked a lot better in the first. And we saw Lucas shooting for takedowns in both, but they both had submission attempts. I'm definitely going to give the second round to Lucas, but I think the first round could have gone to either.
Wow. And you know something I do know about the way that the judges look at fight?
Man, that right uppercut was amazing. I cannot believe how high level these amateur fighters are tonight. This is the best amateur event I've been to so far.
Yes, well, just tooting the horn just because we're talking, but obviously because we're watching it as well. Tough Enough does have the best amateur fights that I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But like I said before, with debut fighters, it's hard to know what you're going to get, you know, but the matchmaking tonight has been spectacular.
Yes, and this co-main event, as we said, Isaac has one fight. He's 1-0, while Lucas Skywalker Brennan is 2-0. Going into the third round of this fight, it's anyone's fight. Skywalker in the orange shorts. The southpaw just absorbed a good right hand.
Big right hand from Isaac. You know, this could have been main event. I hope main event's really good because this fight for sure could have been a high-level main event.
You're right.
And we see Lucas jumped on the neck again. He is relentless with these submission attempts.
He sure is. You see Isaac really quickly grabbing his hand to try to make sure that to fight against.
Yeah, keep space between his neck and Lucas's arms. You know, there's not a whole lot Isaac can do from here. Aside from just keeping a try. Yeah, well, yeah.
A standing Darce?
All Isaac can really do is just keep defending.
Wow. And the thing is, when you're going for a submission attempt, especially with the rounds only being 2 minutes, if you spend a long time on it, you almost get nothing else in that round. You got like one long submission attempt.
Yeah, but at least you're in control the whole round.
This is true.
You know, we're over a minute gone already. 45 seconds left in the 3rd round. And
So-
if he can stay in control this whole round, then I think he's won the fight. That's Lucas I'm talking about.
Okay. So we got 41 seconds left. Yeah, I guess if you haven't had any strikes landed against you and you've basically controlled the fight, even though it hasn't been uber effective.
He's still in a dominant position
You're
right
right.
now. You know, he's still attacking. This still could be counted as aggression, which a lot of judges do score aggression now.
You're right. He's got to know he's got 20 seconds here to try to just go for broke. 10 seconds to go for
Do
broke.
something. Break and just swing.
Swing for the trees.
Let's go straight bar style. Very nice. Beautiful fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight. A very good fight. This is a fight that you could absolutely see like 2-3 more rounds of, right?
Yes, 100%. It scares me that these two are only 18 and 19 years old. Imagine how good they're going to be when they actually, I know technically in the eyes of the law, they're men right now, but
Yeah.
when they actually grow into their bodies, you know?
Yes.
Once they hit 23, 24, 25, these two, if they stick to it, are going to be amazing.
And get more experience. I mean, you can already tell that they have experience. When they get more experience, yeah, you're right. It's going to be scary to see how well they do. Take a look at this 3rd round action. Right hand, left hand.
That right hand was beautiful. You see Lucas start jumping in submissions already here. I don't think he wanted to get hit by that again.
He's like, enough of you punching me in the face. Let's go ahead and take this down to the ground. Let's see if the judges agree with you in the fact that control leads to a victory, and if those first 2 rounds didn't go to Isaac. We'll see. All right, let's go inside the ring for our mysterious decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of absolute war, we go to the judges' scorecards for your winner. By unanimous decision, the red corner, Lucas Skywalker Brennan.
Hard fought, well-deserved win for Lucas.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I also like that I have written here, Lucas is cornered by Chris Brennan, obviously his father, and then Fat Chow, and then it says pronounced like Fat Chow.
Because you would pronounce Fat Chow some different way.
It's spelled P-H-A-T.
Yes.
C-H-A-U. I don't know how else you would say
exactly,
that.
exactly. Fat Chow, not to be confused with Fat Chow.
Probably one of my favorite names.
So Lucas Brennan wins his fight, puts the pearly whites out there on him, moves to 3-0 with the victory over Isaac Villegas, who is clearly disappointed that he lost that fight, but gave a great effort, high-level fight from 2 amateurs.
Tough Enough is
who are
brought to you
still
by
under
our
20
friends
years
at
old.
Hollywood Smiles Dental.
Hollywood Smile Dental. Comfortable care and dental services you can depend on. From reconstructive to cosmetic at competitive prices. $7.99 for 4 wisdom teeth. $17.99 for implant abutment and crown. Free exam and x-ray for new patients. Financing options are available. Led by Dr. Kim and his staff, they have been handling the dental care of the Las Vegas community for years. If you want to have a Hollywood smile, you need to come to Hollywood Smile Dental.
And now it's time for the main event of the evening. Making their way to the blue corner, Jacob Kindig.
All right, so Jasik Kindig This is the main event, yes. Getting my Bruce Buffer on real quick.
Well done.
Jacob Kindig, 6'5", 155-pounder. He's really, this is not a mistake. You're actually hearing the fact that Jacob Kindig is walking to the cage to Shark.
Baby Shark, right?
Baby Shark,
I hate
yes.
this song so much. It's the worst.
Yes, Jessie just hates this song so much, she was just dancing to it.
It's impossible not to dance to this song.
She hates it so much, she's dancing to it.
You know what I've seen a lot of tonight?
What?
Tribal tattoos.
There has been more than
More than usual,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, almost that exact tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with tribal tattoos. There have been a lot of them.
There have been a lot of. I think tribal tattoos go along with fighting for some reason.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tribal tattoos and getting your surname tattooed on you.
Your surname?
Yeah.
What's your surname?
Your last name.
Okay.
Sorry. I speak the Queen's English.
Oh goodness
surname.
gracious! The Queen's English. Oh, you're from London now. I guess Queensland is
From the
in Australia,
motherland.
right?
I'm from Queensland.
Oh, okay.
And now the last man to walk out tonight, making his way to the red corner, Quinton Seui.
Man, I love the way that our ring announcer, Justin Bernard, does this announcing, because he lets us know. Quinton Seui.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Or Justin, excuse me.
I was trying to figure out the pronunciation earlier.
Seui, Quinton Seui. Quinton Seui, 3-6 in the main event. I will almost guarantee you that this is a very game 3-6 fighter who's probably has a few of his losses that are inexplicable, meaning that there's no way that the way that these fights have been match made so far that you would have an overmatched fighter in there the way that we've seen these fights.
Yeah, no way. No way. And you know, sometimes you can't take people's records like that. Just because when they're so experienced, you know, they're usually fighting really experienced guys as well. So
Jesse's still being famous?
Sorry, I'm saying goodbye to everybody. I know.
It's all good.
All these breaks in conversation.
No. All right, so we have Quinton Seui. I like his shorts. Oh, how about your guys' shorts over here? All right, let me just stop talking. All right, Justin, it's all yours. All yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's fights are sanctioned by the ISK, President Corey Schaefer, in attendance Nevada State Director Carlos Canton, timekeeper Bridget Mazzagatti, and our judges cage side, Kathy Little, Stephanie Hasagawa, and Michael Chavez. To the thousands in attendance and the millions watching on beIN Sports USA, this is the main event of the evening, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds, all in a Tough Enough World Lightweight Showdown. Fight fans, it's about to go down. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 6 victories, 5 defeats. Fighting out of Lee Brothers MMA, Bridgetown, Barbados, Jacob Kindig. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding a record 3 victories, 6 defeats. Fighting out of Ninth Isle Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Las Vegas, Nevada, Quinton Seui. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Mark Chappie Smith.
All right, gentlemen, main event. You got your instructions earlier. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Let's touch gloves.
Seui.
What I say, tribal tattoos and surnames.
Surname. Coming straight from the Queen's English, from Queensland, Jesse Jess. All right, here we go. The main event, the fight that we've been waiting for, Jacob Kindig versus Quinton Seui. Who's winning the short game so far? Nice leg kick.
You know, I don't know. I'm a big fan of tights. I'm not a fan of board shorts, so I'm going to lead towards Kindig.
Huh? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going the other way. I like the colors.
Yeah, of course.
And tights for...
So what I was saying before about these guys who have upside-down records, Quinton is 3-6. You know, that's still 9 fights, which means he's fighting guys that have had the same number of fights, and someone has to lose each time. Doesn't always mean that they're not good at fighting. You know, those 6 fights could have been absolute battles that he just didn't get the win on, you know?
Yeah, and you can tell. I mean, look at him. Who just absorbed a left hook right there. But so far, he's very composed. I like his demeanor. Both of their demeanor inside the cage right now is good. But
There's some heavy, heavy hands and kicks being thrown, and neither of them are showing any sign of anything even hurting him.
no. Ooh,
Whoa,
Quinton with
and
a
then
straight right hand.
And it's over the first round, and Quinton is now 4-6.
Yes. That, my friends, is what you call a beautiful right hand.
We had to get a knockout tonight. We saw so many really great submissions. We had to get a striking finish. And I must say, in Quinton's fighter profile, they ask you who you train with, and his just says monsters.
Man.
Makes a lot more sense now. I was going to make a joke before, but he just got a knockout finish, so.
He sure did. And as you said, we've been waiting for a knockout. We've had some great jiu-jitsu. Both fighters actually came in there. They looked good. I mean, some good striking to begin with, and then this beautiful right hand. You have to see this here.
Switch left kick.
How about he timed it beautifully.
But that's what it shows the experience that we're seeing. He's now had 10 fights. That's a lot of fights. Whether you've won them or lost them, that's a lot of time inside the cage.
That is correct. It's something I love to see. You probably do as well when it comes to striking. I love beautiful straight punches.
Yes. Yes, me too. There.
That thing was a dart. All right, let's send a dart inside the ring to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 2 seconds in round number 1, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Quinton Seui.
Quinton Seui gets the victory, and now he gets the post-fight interview. No? He's a shy
Setting
guy.
aside the
Doesn't want
cage
to
with the
speak.
winner tonight, the main event. Quinton, it's so good to see you on the main event of the evening. What a road getting to where you are. You want to thank anybody out here tonight?
Man, I just want to thank everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank God. You know, without him, everything wouldn't be happening, you know. I'd like to thank my family, most of all, for always supporting me, my team, and shout out to everybody that came out. Next time, you know.
Well, congratulations tonight. Your work paid off. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, Quinton Seui.
Again, beautiful right hand by Quinton Seui. I love how he timed it, kind of took a little, I guess that's not a feint really, but kind of ducked down a little bit with his knees. What do you call that?
We just timed it.
Just
It
like
was
a timing
yeah,
mechanism.
It's beautiful, beautiful short punch.
Beautiful short punch right on the button, gets out of there. Trust us, he's happy that he won the fight.
Big shout out to our friends at Anthem Blue
He
Cross
hasn't
Blue
showed any
Shield. Their
emotion
mission
at
is to
all.
improve the health of the people they serve. At Anthem, they believe the best healthcare coverage can actually help people stay healthy. That's why they go simply beyond providing healthcare coverage.
Guess which one is tap water and which one is from our Focus filtration system?
The one that makes my clothes even brighter.
Decisions.
The one that makes my skin feel softer.
The one that tastes the best.
And the one that helps my wallet in more ways than one.
I don't need a filter. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out tonight to the Green Valley Ranch Resort, Spa, and Casino to see Barry Myers, world-famous future stars of MMA, Tough Enough. Don't forget, we're back at the Thomas & Mack Center for Pack the Mac, June 29th. We'll see you. Have a great weekend. Thank you to all of our sponsors, on you, the fighters, and the fans. Have a great weekend from all of us at Tough Enough.
No.
No?
No.
She's a UFC fighter.
I'm commentating.
She does. Are you a judge? I am. All right, so a beautiful night of fights. We had. Beautiful night of fights. How long do we have? How long is the exit? Count ourselves in. Whenever we're ready, count ourselves in. Oh, get a white.
Don't flip it.
Actually, I need that sheet, though.
Stealing your shit, I'm sorry.
Thank
Is that yours?
you. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna get a real picture here too after this.
All right.
Oh. Are we trying to wait for them to get out the way, or? Oh. You definitely need a light with me. I'm doing TV for like 15 years. You absolutely need a light with me. And I got a black shirt on.
Yeah. Fucked up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely need the light on the guy. Rather have the glare than it to be dark as hell.
Wait, I'm stuck.
All right. All right, welcome back to the side of the cage. Jesse Just, Brian Sound. We just had a great night of fights. Amateur fighting, but a lot of those guys that were inside that cage did not look like amateurs, did they?
No, it was crazy. They were some of the best amateur fighters I've ever seen. I don't even know how they are amateurs.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Let's really quickly go over the co-main and the main event fight. We got Lucas Brennan with a unanimous decision. Lucas Brennan was a great fighter. A jiu-jitsu guy, dominated the fight for the most part.
Yeah, they both did really well. You know, there was constant submissions from both of them. Elite level striking. This is what I mean. I've seen professional athletes who did not have as high level grappling and striking as what these two 18 and 19-year-olds did.
Yeah, and then in the main event, Quentin Sayu, going into the fight, he had an upside-down record, as you like to say with your Queen's English. But he got a beautiful knockout, one that we were waiting for. That straight right hand, one of the best right hands that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, beautiful. Very short, very well timed. You know, and I was just happy to see a knockout. We saw so many submissions tonight. I was happy to see a really good striking victory.
And I'm sure these folks at home were happy to see some great night of fights for Tough Enough. 12 fights in all. Jesse just did a very great job doing the color commentary. I'm Brian Salmon for Tough Enough, future stars of MMA, amateur fighting. Thank you for joining us here at Green Valley Ranch. We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time. Pew, pew. Finger gun. Can I take some?
Good job.